from 8 you need to know before you start your day. Find the Daily Detail wherever you get your podcast.
During Monday's broadcast of Alabama Morning News with JT, U.S. Senator Katie Britt discussed Saturday's assassination attempt on President Donald Trump at the White House Correspondents Association dinner. According to Britt, despicable rhetoric from the Democratic leadership caused the near-tragic events of Saturday evening, and she called on Democrats to be more responsible with their messaging. Dozens of events are planned across Alabama for the 75th Annual National Day of Prayer on May 7th. More than 3 dozen gatherings will take place statewide, bringing communities together for prayer and reflection. This year's theme is Glorify God Among the Nations, Seeking Him in All Generations. The National Day of Prayer is observed each year on the first Thursday in May, with events ranging from local services to community-wide gatherings. For 1819 News, I'm Carl Brady for Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Montgomery Men's Health salutes the man everyone depends on. You, the grill master. Your family don't have to go out to eat. You carry the load. You solve the problems. Mr. Fix It. But when you're off, we all feel it. And what happens when the gas runs out? When the strength drops, when the transmission stalls, and I ain't just talking about your truck. Male performance is complicated. Treating low T and ED requires technical precision, and that's where Montgomery Men's Health shines. We've been conquering this since 2014, long before every strip mall had a low T sign. We started this clinic to level you up, to help separate fact from internet fiction, hype from the successful realities we see every day. What works 92% of the time versus what might work online. And we keep getting better. Better service, better care, better value. And for $99, you'll receive a lab panel in minutes and a consultation with our medical provider. Don't wait. Call 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
It's time to show Mom how much you appreciate her with a Jenny Lynn's floral creation for Mother's Day. Skip the grocery store flowers and make one quick call. 285-1000. Roses, lilies, beautiful bouquets, and gift baskets designed just for Mom. Call Jenny Lynn's Creations, 285-1000.
Don't miss the River Region Healthy Living Expo happening Thursday, April 30th from 10 to 2 at the Shops at East Chase. From senior health to total wellness, it's all here and admission is free. Learn more in the Check It Out section at WAKA.com.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. For Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Middays, short drive, north side, west side, south side in Montgomery. It's I-J-O-E-Y, Joey Clark and Eddie Bader.
Welcome into the program. Thank God for another beautiful day, though it's starting to get windy out there.
Yeah.
Feel the wind blowing. Hopefully it'll be a beautiful show, and Montgomery still needs a new mayor. What do you think about that, Eddie Bader?
I'm down with the new mayor thing.
Yeah, I think so. We need more in the police force?
Yes.
And generally speaking, we need to improve our public education system.
Oh, no doubt.
And I believe we have somebody currently on the school board and going to run again. Joining us, Pamela Cloud.
Oh, cool.
2 o'clock hour. And she wants to talk about, and she talked to me off air a few days ago, and actually some of the changes they're making I like a lot.
Good deal.
So we'll get into that. And, I mean, how is Montgomery doing? If you look around Montgomery, if you drive around Montgomery, how do you feel like Montgomery's doing?
The one thing I noticed on a positive level is I see a lot more paving than I've ever seen before, which is good. And I know that's a project they're doing, like paving towards downtown and all that kind of stuff. That's good.
Yeah. I saw some folks filling a pothole on Vaughn Road today real
See?
quick at Parks and Rec truck.
That kind of thing makes you feel good.
I was like, that's all right. I was mad at first. I'm like, what's taking so long to get through this light? And then I noticed they're just filling a pothole. real
Dude's
quick.
got to work, man.
Yeah. People got to work.
But we still got issues here, and a lot of them we seem to not to really want to address. We just let them happen and then try to address it.
You know what we should do like this week? Like this week.
All right, what we got?
We should, because it's starting to warm up, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and like good weather and stuff.
Getting a good tan going.
Like we should do something with water. What about the White Water Park?
Well, Joey, somebody threw a Baby Ruth in the pool, and we shut it down.
What do you mean?
They had some filtration issues.
Well, I thought like, well, I guess I'm never going to go then.
You can still go.
What do you mean
can still
it's
walk
shut down?
around.
Is it shut down for good or?
No, they've got to do some deep cleaning, I suppose. There's got some filtration issues or something.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at a headline from 1819 News that the Montgomery Whitewater closes water activities
Yeah. But you can still walk around. And,
for
you know,
1 month due to maintenance.
That's a heck of a deep clean they got to do. Probably new filtration systems got to go in. Somewhat familiar with that. from
Yeah,
the
here's
home.
the official statement. Montgomery Whitewater will temporarily pause on-water operations for approximately 1 month while our water filtration system undergoes maintenance. The proactive step reflects our commitment to maintaining the highest standards for water quality
If that was proactive, why didn't you do it in January?
and the overall guest experience. Well, I was thinking it's warming up. Let's go this week. I've never been. Let's get my tan on.
Dude, I could
And now I guess we can't.
can't go there, but I know somebody that probably going to buy another cheap jet ski this week, so keep that in mind.
Now, they do say while the water is taking a break, the rest of the park is still open
Yeah.
and ready for you. You could spend the day on the trails.
No drones though.
Yeah, you could.
Do they have a?
You could take
zip
like
line?
they have a rope course.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they have a
They've
rope
got some
course.
stuff to do then.
You could grab a bite at Eddie's.
I think it's called Edie.
Edie's.
Yeah.
Edie's. Okay, you can grab a bite at Edie's, or you can enjoy time outside with friends and family.
So is the water still running, or is it? You think
I
it's
don't know.
dry?
Sounds like they're having to like. Well, maybe the water still needs to run, but like if you got to work on the filtration system, I don't know if you can have water running.
Yeah, you
through
just
it.
bypass.
Just bypass.
Bypass. You got a bypass valve, man.
That's just disappointing, though.
A little bit, but it's
Like
just,
it's kind of in the middle. Like we're going into May. And
I know that's why if it's a proactive thing, we should have
Summer's
probably done
here.
that January, February, not now.
I wonder what the problem is. They didn't really describe what the problem is.
Somebody chucked a Baby Ruth in the pool.
That is a good scene. Was that Caddyshack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Caddyshack, but yeah, it's a classic scene.
But it
And
must,
what? Bill Murray eats it.
Yeah.
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 But it must be, to me, something pretty loud because they shut it down quickly, and it sounds like they're going to make the right steps to fix it. But I just hate
That's
that we're
good.
already in that spot.
I wonder what the ropes course is. I don't think we'd be well suited for that.
Don't sell me short, Joey.
What, you good on the, what, as we used to call them back in school, the monkey bars?
Yes, I was great on the monkey bars. You know how many scars I got on my head from dropping straight off the top of the
Yeah,
monkey
I
bars?
remember the monkey bars.
You know, they don't have those no more, I don't think. They do like a safety net crap now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're getting so soft.
You know, I went to a potluck thing.
Oh, how was
Sunday
that?
night. It was all right.
I'm
Met
very
some new
proud of you
people.
for that,
I
yeah.
realized, though, it's a young adult Catholic group.
Okay.
And I realized I'm old.
Well, welcome to my world.
I'm effing old. Excuse me, pardon me for the harsh letters.
Okay, question though.
Like,
What
I'm
was-
37, and
was-
most of those kids are 20.
What was the best thing there? Best
Well, there's-
food wise? Did
there's a lot of food.
everybody bring Dominoes and stuff, or did y'all really?
No, I
potluck
brought
it up?
cookies.
Did you bring the big 60?
No, I went to Fresh Market.
Okay.
Got some like white macadamia nut and some chocolate chip.
wow.
Fresh chocolates up there are pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah, I made sure to sample some.
Ah,
I'm like,
excellent.
actually, these are good.
Excellent choice.
Good choice, Joey. No, there was like some spiral ham that was tasty,
I do like some here.
and some scalloped potatoes, and some pasta salad,
Yeah, pasta salad's good.
and
standby.
there was some beer, Guinness. I had some Guinness there. That was nice.
Where'd y'all go?
This was at like the parish hall at one of the churches. Free Guinness.
Don't advertise that, do you?
Well, you want
You
to
setting
become...
a, setting a trap for Eddie Bader?
Yeah. It's one thing Catholics know how to do.
Interesting.
But now, at one point, somebody for fun, they had pre-planned and pre-packaged a piñata.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. and it was like with 7 cones on it to signify the 7 deadly sins.
Oh,
And because nobody's birthday or
what was in the side?
it's not like a quinceanera or anything going on out there.
Yeah.
But no, and then you blindfolded folks and like spun them around and took a whack at it.
What come out?
Snacks. They had like instead of candy, they had snacks, like meat snacks.
Did you take a shot
Cheese.
at it?
No, I didn't. Because I'm old. Like,
Or were they worried you're going to hurt your back?
no, it was like, and it's also I was new, and so like all these folks know each other. And then there was like a song.
Yeah.
In Spanish that was like that goes with when the person starts to swing and stuff. And
Oh, cool.
one guy actually had experience in baseball, and he was swinging way too hard.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it was hanging from the monkey bars. This is why I thought of this whole thing.
Good
and,
good idea. You had it
yeah.
anchored down.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a fun time.
So
I
were you
met some new
the
folks.
oldest guy there?
Yeah, I think I was even
Welcome
older.
to my
I think I
world,
was even
Joey.
older than the priest.
Welcome to my world.
I like very much over there.
Yeah.
Good dude. From Kenya,
Can you really?
missionary from Kenya.
Nice.
But
Mm.
yeah, like I'm old, man.
We'll get used
Like
to it.
I'm a little worried about this now.
Oh, let me tell you about old man here. So Friday we went and showed some houses, had a great lake day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mhm.
But, Eddie had a little bit too much confidence built up in him. I think it was Friday.
Mm.
And on one of them used jet skis that he probably shouldn't have bought, going about 60 miles an hour, he decided that he was going to lay on the seat and show everybody how cool he was, like Superman. About 0.2 seconds later,
Mm.
Eddie woke up in the water. Yeah, I couldn't find my shorts there for a second. Lost
Couldn't
glasses.
find your shorts.
Yeah, I wiped out pretty good.
Wow. So you were naked?
For a second or two. I found them. I mean, they were
found
around my ankles.
You found them.
I found them. They were
Right,
around my
right.
ankles, but yeah.
Glad you found them.
Me too, because
I've been really embarrassed.
there was a game warden out there. I think that was it that day. So
You say gay warden or game warden?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Now, a gay game warden. Now that's a new sitcom coming up on NBC, on Hulu, and Peacock.
Dude, in the world that we live in today, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Out there all day hunting down hunters,
Yep.
making sure they're following the laws. We don't need poaching
No,
around these parts.
You gotta
Big
keep-
bushy mustache, official uniform.
a real Mr. Green Jeans.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, it is. So I got to get used to being the older one if I'm going to
So
try
how-
to reconnect with the
How
communities.
old were you though? Like, were you?
Like I asked this
10
one
years plus?
lovely young girl who was from Africa going to ASU.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, you're in school, so you're like 18. Yes. Yeah, I'm 30. I asked to talk to another young lady. She's like, yeah, I'm just finishing school and going to move back to, oh, so you're like 21 or 22? Yeah.
Joey, that's your time to shine, man.
No, it is not.
It is. At that
what
time,
do you mean?
Because at that time you can become the old wise man. in
No, that
group.
is not the time to show.
Yes. I remember this one wise man named Joey. Yeah, I'm telling you, Joey.
Oh, no, not the time. Another guy I met, he teaches history.
Okay.
And I was like, is there a particular thing you get excited about when it rolls around that you can teach history? His answer was, I don't know if he teaches the children this, high school kids, but his answer was that his thesis, like his paper,
Mhm.
was on the history of the United States through the history of bird poop, guana,
Yeah.
and like the different islands. And so you can map, because of the need of guana for fertilizer, you could map the expansion of the United States to a lot of the oceans. Isn't that cool?
How long were you locked down with that nerd?
He was awesome. That dude's awesome. He was very excited about it, and I was actually getting a hoot out of it.
A hoot.
Yeah, a little bit of a hoot.
Like
I'm
a-
like,
like
I
an
asked
owl.
a question about history, and I'm thinking maybe Rome.
Oh,
maybe-
sure. I would
Because
not
it's
have thought.
world history, so maybe Rome, maybe the Greeks, maybe. Well, then he did say the Reformation and the War of the Roses.
Okay.
Like he liked that a lot, but no, he had. I didn't. It caught my attention. I'm like, how can you tell the history of this country based
Through
on
bird poop?
the use of bird poop?
The
And he
chemicals
could.
the chemicals that they're found in the bird poop?
No, and he could. It was like the need to expand.
A
and-
fortune telling that can look at things through the tea
no,
leaves
no,
or
no,
things,
no,
Joey.
No.
How can you explain the world
none of that.
of the United States
None of that going.
with the bird poop? Like the industrial civilization?
How we
that you-
expanded into Pacific Islands for the bird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that guana.
Essentially for fertilizer.
Yeah. Guana, that's good stuff.
It's real good stuff for growing. It'd make your tomatoes sing.
Ooh, I bet they do.
It's a good PLT. What'd you do to these tomatoes?
Pounding them out there by the septic tank.
Tomato, Ray Romano. Let's go to line 1.
Okay.
You're on there. Who's this?
Soldier Boy, how you doing?
I'm
Soulja
great. How
Boy.
you doing?
How are you doing?
Great.
Talking scat play at 12:19 on a Tuesday.
I
so
was
I'm
trying to
pretty good.
lean into your interests.
Hey, you know what I'm pissed off about today?
What are you pissed off about today?
You know, we got one. You always have one, at least a minimum of one a day. But this one today. What's up? What's the frack up with Jimmy Kimmel?
Oh man.
He's in his ivory tower with his
Yeah.
corporate gig. Nobody can really touch him. And, yeah, the man's an ass.
Well, let me,
100%. But
well,
But
talk
that's
about
kinda
an
how you
ass.
get that
Put it this
gig.
way. He doesn't even do blackface. He does black body. He did Karl Malone.
Yeah, I remember.
yeah, I remember that.
People-
Several times he
People
did.
remind him all the time.
Several times he did Karl Malone, which actually was pretty funny. I got.
But nobody says the people of color don't say anything to hold them accountable.
Well, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God! There's a lot of people who did blackface a long time ago too, politicians. And every time somebody digs one up when they're a Supreme Court justice nominee or something, or congressman
Yeah, but
nominee.
it's not like it was a minstrel show. It was Karl Malone, the mailman.
Well, I understand that, but
Utah
he's
Jazz.
trying to-
John Stockton.
Oh,
Yeah.
Almost
that's-
beat the Bulls. Almost.
yeah, almost. But you know, it's and for him to come out and said what Melania has the glow about her of
An
what?
expectant widow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then his excuse last night was that was a joke about their age difference. That Trump's, gonna
No.
hit the grave before
No.
her, and it's
No.
like ridiculous.
Yeah,
excuse.
but you're right. The whole ivory tower thing. But I don't understand how he can't be taken down. It's Jimmy frickin' Kimball. Or what? Why is he suddenly unstoppable? He's got more
Well, I
crime
think
on his plate than anybody does.
I tell you, for a pretty woman as Melania is, she's got a set of gonies underneath those pants and those dresses.
That's it.
Okay. Did you see what she wrote on? What was it on?
Yeah,
not Facebook.
I
But,
shared it yesterday. Yes.
Man, I love it. She came out. She don't. I hate to say it. She don't need Donald to defend her. She'll come out after you. Period.
Oh yeah, she's not playing. And they've already, I think, prosecuted somebody with this "Take It Down" act. Like somebody made it like fake
really?
AI porn that emulated somebody's look, and yeah. So,
Is that right?
yeah.
So what did Jimmy Kimmel say about Barron?
Barron Trump.
Yeah, they said he said something about Barron. I watched on.
I don't know. I don't
They
watch
didn't
Jimmy.
come out and say it.
Yeah.
And this is why he's untouchable, because he's in this little enclave of liberal boomerdom, and he's playing to the cheap
You think
seats.
the boomers are
Yes,
down with it?
that's who's watching ABC Talk, an ABC talk show at night. Yes, you think it's 30-year-olds?
What are y'all doing?
Nope.
I'm a bad example.
I never thought of it, but I think
watched
you're
Laura
right.
Ingalls last night. I watched Laura Ingalls last night, and he played the clip about him about making the Melania comment, but she said she was also upset because he had said something too on the internet about Barron Cole.
Yeah, I didn't even see it.
And this is
Who
one guy
heard that?
and one thing about Barron is, you notice one thing is he stays out of the spotlight. He is low key.
Well, he's a young man. He needs to find
Yeah.
his way in the world.
I tell you, the hottest one is Donald Trump's granddaughter, the golfer. Oh man, she's awesome. They did.
Okay.
They did
Hey, I think I'm old. You're giving creepy old man vibes. That is a lovely young woman. And the granddaughter of the President of the United
Yes.
States, you don't need to be getting all lusty
No.
about her.
No.
No. Not allowed.
about her.
And mow your grass. Mow your grass.
No.
Hey, I like her because she plays golf. I love it. And she says, "Do you ever beat your grandpa?" She says, "I can't comment on that." It's like, and he always brags. He said he loves going golfer because
Yeah.
you know
No, she's an
I guess
adorable
she
young
got a
woman.
scholarship.
Oh yeah.
She got a scholarship. What college did she go to? I forgot what college she go to.
I don't know.
But she got a scholarship for golfing. She didn't have to get it through the Trump name or or
Oh, come
Trump
on.
money or something.
Come on. Like that had nothing to do with it.
I do. I believe it.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Joe, you started to talk about these 18, 19, 20-year-old women. You're starting to remind me of Leonardo DiCaprio date women.
He ain't dating them.
No, I ain't dating them. I was just talking to him, and I was like, I'm old. That was my reaction.
It's a sad realization when you realize I'm the oldest one in the room.
I'm so old.
Yep. What's
Oh,
worse
I
is
agree.
if you throw
I
out something
tell you,
and they don't get it because you're so old and they're
The
so
word
young.
exactly. I hate it when I mention a movie or a TV show that used to be on, and the millennials and look at me like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, Jesus God,
Yeah.
they don't. Nobody seems. It's hard to relate because they don't understand anything we did or have done or watched or anything. It's just hilarious.
Clueless. Yep.
All right, guys.
Well, thank you, Soldier Boy.
See you, Soldier Boy.
I said my 2 cents. I'm done. Out.
I'm glad you got that off your chest. That's annoying. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's like, oh, King and Queen are now heading to Capitol Hill.
I thought they weren't coming. I've been out of it last
Oh,
week.
no,
so I don't
they're
know.
here. They showed up yesterday afternoon. And, I think it's only going to be a king that can save that country.
Oh,
Not like a
definitely.
costume king, but like
Yeah,
an
a
actual king.
real king, yeah.
But no, we're just looking at a live shot and
Look at all them motorcycles.
oh, look at all those motorcycle cops in the motorcade.
How much money do you think we're watching being spent right now?
Hundreds of thousands.
Mhm.
Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Just in the few hours.
Just in a couple hours. Yeah.
Like, think of all the gas for those things, the maintenance on those things.
Oh, just
Like
the salary.
yes, the salary of everybody working that gig, shutting down the road.
Apparently nobody can drive a straight line either.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I don't know why they're swerving. Is that like a security strategy or tactic?
I don't know.
So, I mean, what do you think of the King of England?
Nah.
You ever thought much of the Queen of England
I
back
used
when it was
to.
Elizabeth II?
Honestly, I used to. Younger, and I guess I had that romanticism of the king and queen thing. But
Yeah.
that quickly faded away when reality taught me they are nothing but moochers of the people. And
Well,
that's
there
kinda how I saw it.
there was an interesting. I think it was the Daily Mail, that rag.
Yeah.
That was put out that Trump responded to.
Oh.
Yeah, let me see if I'm pulling up the right one. Yeah. Exclusive, but revealed how the Mail traced Trump's family tree and found out he's the king's cousin. And Trump responded, wow, that's nice. I've always wanted to live in Buckingham Palace. I'll talk to the king and queen about this in a few minutes. Yeah, no, and they've got it all laid out here. Trump's royal ancestry.
Good Lord. But she's not even the real queen, this one here.
Goes back to King James II of Scotland, then Princess Mary, then the Honorable Elizabeth Hamilton, and then it branches off after John Stuart, 3rd Earl of Lennox.
How do you become the honorable?
But yeah, Trump hails from a long line of, McLeods, then McKays, then Monroes, then another McKay, then a Gordon or two. And so that John Stuart is a common ancestor. Had a son named Matthew, who became Earl of Lennox. Then had a son named Henry, who became Lord Darnley, who bequeathed James I, then Elizabeth, Queen of Bohemia. Then Sophia, Electress of Hanover.
Electress.
Like that. And then George I, George II, Frederick, Prince of Wales, George III, Edward, Duke of Kent, Queen Victoria, Edward the Seventh, and anyway, we're getting down to King Charles and Trump.
But
So
she's
they're
not
related.
even-
They're distant cousins.
Well, that's how it should be. It's the king and queen, right? They all kind of stay together.
Yeah, they've been working on that.
Yeah.
Though. They tried that whole experiment with Meghan Markle. See how
And-
that's gone.
Well, Diana. That's who should be there now. It should be King Charles and Queen Diana, but it's not. Some people find that very offensive.
I have to admit, when the Queen died
Mhm.
and the King became the King, the pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
Like only other thing older would be like certain Greek Orthodox or Catholic liturgical rites.
Oh yeah.
Because what we were watching, that ceremony, the coronation of the king, was like, it felt like I had gone back in time. And even though, yeah, I'm American, like, whatever. I don't really care about England all that much, especially the way it's going these days. There's something about, if you appreciate your heritage and history at all, and things that have lasted for centuries at least. Yeah,
but how
there's
can,
something to that. It seems like we're missing that. The frequency of that.
He's no real king, because a real king would have stood up a long time ago. England is getting taken over, and the world knows it. A real king would not tolerate that.
I think they would have stepped up. Yeah. Yeah, but then like the religion over there, like the Archbishop of Canterbury is a woman. And she met with the Pope.
Yeah.
A lot of folks giving the Pope flack for that.
Why?
Because you're being too ecumenical, you should throw that heretic out. But the Pope's sitting right there to her face goes, and it's unfortunate that there are certain developments that mean it makes communion more impossible, or like it just, essentially, like you being the Archbishop of Canterbury. That's a big problem. And a few other things. But yeah, it was just a very diplomatic way of saying, y'all keep doing weird, wacky stuff. And yeah, so if the king's not doing anything and the religious leadership's not doing anything in the country.
Right. And why are they not? Of all the people in the world, who has the two most invested? I got talking
about this a little bit with Carrico yesterday.
Yeah.
And for all the ways you could knock the left, which you should and can, and sort of the self-flagellating, like whipping yourself, we've been so bad and we have to atone for the sins of the past and yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Give away all our colonies and like invite the whole world in and stuff. Yeah. And this is all just to atone. You can throw the blame there, but I would start the clock at the Battle of the Somme.
Okay.
When you send 100,000 millions of men into that meat grinder and towns are gone every few minutes. Entire generations gone every few minutes. I think that changes a place.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, for all the intellectualizing we can do and stuff, like we forget that certain things happen in history that have ripples and ramifications for a long, long time.
Yep.
And I would say, the Allies' assault there in World War I, and for what? How far did they get? I think that's where you start to see the true decline of the place. Now, you can, of course, blame the people that are running the place today, and you should. They're responsible as the so-called leaders, but consequences to certain actions.
Yeah, but we're at a time now where I can't even really hold my leader accountable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I shout too loud, I'll get shut down by them. Yeah.
Well, and our leaders are becoming more and more just like WWE characters.
In a sense, yeah.
I watch CM Punk and AJ Lee run as like a couple for president on the Democratic ticket and win.
Okay.
You don't know those people?
No, but I don't like the idea of that at all.
Yeah, and they'll be going up against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
I think I know that Becky girl.
Becky Lynch, yeah.
Is she good looking?
Yeah, she's attractive.
She kind of
Irish lass. And and AJ Lee, or I think her girl is AJ Mendez, very attractive. Yeah, crazy. Like self-admittedly.
Yeah, but aren't they all?
She's been very public and has written books on her.
How crazy she is?
Yeah, on how she's had mental health issues, and she's looking to help others. And
you're crazy when other people write books about how crazy you are.
No, she wrote the book.
Yeah, she's not that crazy. When other people write
when other people write the book.
Yeah, that's when you're crazy.
Anyway, King and Queen have now arrived at Capitol Hill.
Look at that redhead.
Big news day. Big news day. The King and Queen of England are in the United States at the Capitol.
Did you guys cover it yesterday with, I just saw the quote this morning, Omar, our favorite little lady there in, I think it's Minnesota. She referred to World War II as World War 11.
World War 11. That's pretty awesome.
That was great. I watched that clip several times. I did get a kick out of that.
World War
11. She knew it was wrong, but she couldn't stop herself.
Goodness gracious. Anyway, we got to hit a break. First,
Right.
this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services. And they're at Pest Pro, Ashley, and that great team. Well, they can help you out. You've used them.
I have
many
used them. In
times.
fact, I suggested them over the weekend. A friend of mine sent me a picture of a scorpion on his stove. And I said, there's only one person to call. That's Ashley at Pest Pro Services. So I'm sure they have been there by now. Because there's nothing worse, Joey, than you getting up in the morning, getting a little bit of coffee. I'm going to put this pan on the stove. Oh, wait, there's a scorpion sitting there.
Now, how do you like their subscription model?
I think it works great for me, especially because there are times of the year that I get certain things done and times of the year I don't need that certain thing
Like
done.
mosquito protection.
Exactly right.
You don't need that in the deep winter
No,
up on Lake Jordan.
no. Although some
You need them now.
Yeah, right now it's they'll dang near carry you off. Yeah.
Or it could be like a little critter sneaks into your, like a squirrel, sets up
Squirrel
home
or a
in your
raccoon.
home. Yeah, or gets in the crawl space. or something. Yeah, they can handle all that
They
across the
can.
board at Pest Pro. See, if you don't have a reliable pest control company, just call Pest Pro Services today at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. And be sure to tell them that Joey and any of those fellas on the radio sent you. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to Joey Clark.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Here in the River region, thousands of hardworking folks will be buying a home, some for the first time. How do you know you are buying the right home? It starts with research. A buyer's agent can help you in your search, providing a list of homes you may not be aware of or know about. At the same time, a meeting with a local lender to find out exactly what you qualify for and how much it will cost at closing and monthly. A list of needs and wants provided to your agent will help them locate properties that match those needs. An example would be bedrooms, baths, school zones, floor plan requests will also help. Start shopping and look at homes and compare and make a list of pluses and minuses for each home. Compare them with your agent to narrow the field. After you work out the contract, appraisals and inspections come next, and then the closing. For more details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. That's 221-2883.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm Bill. You called about some breaker stripping?
Oh, yes, Bill. My brother-in-law says you can do almost anything.
That's me. Not much I hadn't seen.
Do you really want someone who does almost anything in your electric box? Think about that. Because each year, thousands of home fires are caused by faulty wiring. That's why you want a professional, like the electricians at Crosby Electric.
Bill, how's it going? Bill, ooh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't really need my eyebrows anyway.
At Crosby Electric, all technicians undergo rigorous safety training, as well as background checks, drug testing, and continuing education.
Bill, you think maybe I should call a real electrician?
No, these little slip-ups happen. Everybody does it.
Really?
No, not really. When you need professional electric work, or you just like someone to assess your home for safety, call the experts at Crosby Electric, 272-2085, or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
Starting a business shouldn't feel overwhelming. At Janney-Pum Gulf Coast, we give you a clear, proven path to ownership. You receive guaranteed initial counts, local support, and the training you need to succeed from day one. For over 35 years, we've helped people turn steady careers into thriving businesses, and you could be next. Start your journey today at JanneyCleans.com.
The Health and Wealth Show. The Health and Wealth Show. The show so nice, we said it twice. Weekday evenings at 6 on News Talk 93.1 WACV. The Health.
Break it up, son. Joke's over, hey? Rich Thomas weather brought to you by M&M Outdoors. Book your stay today at MNMcampground.com for relaxation at its best. It's easy to find and hard to leave. M&M Outdoors, your home away from home.
Lots of weather changes to talk about. Very warm today with a high temperature up to about 86. Clouds will dominate much of the time, and there's a risk of some spotty showers, maybe a thunderstorm this afternoon. But all eyes on this evening and tonight with a band of stronger to possibly severe storms moving across the area. Damaging wind gusts would be the main threat, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications for severe weather alerts. Low tonight in the 60s, high tomorrow in the upper 70s on Thursday with maybe some leftover showers. There'll be another storm system with another round of showers and storms Friday night into Saturday before it turns much cooler over the weekend. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Soon, very soon, folks. I'm just looking at the Chiron on Fox News. The king will walk through the statuary hall. Yeah, they're going to do this all day. Whatever happened to Yorktown?
It's like when you're having an assembly at school. You know, the whole day is just going to be that assembly. You're not going to get nothing done.
Yeah, it's true. All right. Like fruity little pep rally thing, and I guess I'm not going to be studying history. What a bummer.
Yeah, but I mean, is it important that we know that these guys are close? Is that
the king
the message
and Trump
trying to get across?
Well, and I'm not calling her the queen.
No.
So many folks aren't.
No. I'm sorry.
Actually, I'm just saying that. What's the whole history there? What's wrong with that woman?
A lot.
Give me something. Give me one.
To me, and this is just my personal opinion, her lack of sincerity. She's as fake as the day is long.
Like, was there scandal after scandal with her or something? Or she's just
that kind of person.
Just a wretched fake person.
If you got caught sleeping with the king.
Okay. Before he's the king?
Well,
when he's a prince.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 90% of the world thought you were disgusting.
Because you slept with the prince
Well,
and we
and
frown upon adultery all of a sudden, or because she's ugly?
Because she's ugly, and I think she was messing with the prince when Diana was around.
Oh.
I think that was a thing there.
Okay.
So, but I think even the queen said she would never recognize her.
Oh, so this is the woman who replaced Diana.
Pretty much. Well, I think there was a couple of dudes before that, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
British, man.
Oh, dude.
Thank God for Yorktown. Anyway.
What are we trying to do? Say, I could see Trump sitting down in front of everybody and looking at him going, hey, King, when are you going to take your country back?
Yeah. Seriously.
That's what I would love to see.
Seriously. And how about Trump yesterday just having no time for Norah O'Donnell at 60 Minutes?
Dude.
He was angry.
Yes.
You're a disgrace. We're going to finish the interview, but you're just awful. And she brings up he was a no kings, the assassin, like the would-be assassin. He was a no kings. Yeah, no kings. They say kings and all this stuff. If I was a king, I wouldn't have to deal with you.
I mean, at least he's real.
Goodness gracious. But let's get to a very American thing.
All right.
A purple-haired woman who looks like a witch. I'm not joking. Like,
she a senator.
I'm not trying to judge her looks. Like, seriously, I'm trying to be on, like, treat people reasonably. And I'm happy to treat people reasonably. But yeah, just from the look of her.
Gargamel,
I'm like, what in the world? Gargamel.
Gargamel. That's what that chick reminds me
Was that a
of.
Smurfs
Mhm.
reference? All right.
Yeah, but what does she bring to the table? I mean, I would think if you were a true leader of people, you'd be a little more humble. You wouldn't have blue hair so you can make sure you stand out and get all the attention from everybody.
It's purple.
Oh, gross.
And this is Rosa DeLauro, Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro. And she's trying to get into a big thing with the EPA director, Lee Zeldin.
Oh.
And like he's not doing enough and he thinks climate change is a hoax and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
because he's a smart man.
And well, let's just listen to what happened.
Okay.
Ain't this
And
America?
climate change is flooding our streets, poisoning our air, driving up healthcare and disaster costs. How can the EPA justify abandoning that duty to protect Americans to appease polluters under the false flag of economic growth?
Following the law, Section 202 of the Clean Air Act, where does it say anything about fighting global climate change? Loper Bright, Supreme Court case, you familiar with it?
No, I maybe others are. I'm not. But let me ask.
But that's really important. As a member of Congress, Loper Bright says that we as an agency don't have the authority to get creative if Section 202 of the Clean Air Act.
No, but you don't have, excuse me, you do not have the right
I
to
was
say
actually
climate
answering your
change does not exist, that it's a hoax, and that's where this administration is.
But we do have a right to say that.
Free speech, last time I checked.
Saying you're
Coming from.
upset that you don't know what Loper Bright is. Do you know what the major policies doctrine is?
I'm upset because
You know what the
this
major
is-
policies doctrine is?
You know what, let me just
You're a
say this
member
to
of
you.
Congress. You should know.
Well, you have moved from someone who defended the
mama.
environment to all of a
I'm
sudden
very
making
defensive
a-
about not knowing the two biggest landmark Supreme Court cases of the last
and
year
you are
with
very,
regards to your
you are
question.
very defensive about changing your policy and your positions with regard to the environment. Now,
Okay.
you just
Do
tell
you want me
me.
to tell you what the two biggest
No,
Supreme
I
Court
want you to
cases
tell
are of the
me.
last few years?
This is what I want you
Michigan
to tell
versus
me.
EPA,
Whoa.
West Virginia versus EPA.
You know, you're here because you need money from us. So halt for the second and
Oh.
wait for the questions and answer the questions.
Well, I answered your question,
No, you
and you didn't
didn't.
like my answer because
did
you
not
don't know what
answer the
Loper Bright is,
question.
because you don't know what the major policies doctrine is,
Chairman,
because you're asking me about Section 202 of the Clean Air Act, and you don't read it. You don't know what it says.
Listen, and what you want to do is to deny. You want
No,
to.
I actually read the law. I do my homework.
Really?
You're just somebody who likes to have the microphone on. You know what
Yep.
I have to do? I read the law.
You know,
I
Mr.
read the
Chairman, I
Supreme
don't have
Court
to listen
cases.
to this, and I would say
No,
this,
what you should do
that
for your
this-
constituents is actually read
this
statute.
budget is at real risk.
Read
Let
your
me tell
Supreme
you,
Court.
This is the Appropriations Committee.
Oh,
you
you're
come
gonna-
here.
you care
and
about
you tell
science? Now
us-
you're threatening to defund it?
Oh my God! No, you don't fund
Because
science.
you don't know what Loper
You
Bright
are
is,
climate
because you don't know what the
deniers.
major policies
You are
doctrine is. Your
climate
message
deniers.
to our folks at the EPA is that you want to
I don't
defund
have
us.
to listen to this BS.
BS. You think I made up these cases?
Yeah, I think you have made up a
I
whole
made
lot of
I made
BS.
up Loper Bright. I made up West Virginia versus EPA. I made up Michigan versus EPA.
Woe is right. What are you doing? Why?
Wait, the chairman is of a certain age. He didn't even turn his microphone on as he's trying to get him to shut up. And so you can see an aide lean over and turn on his mic. Maybe we do need a king. I'm just saying,
No.
every time I watch these committee hearings, I'm like, maybe monarchy is the way to go.
No, we just need
Because this doesn't strike me as self-government.
we need youth
Right.
and a little common sense. I mean,
Well,
a little
and-
common sense.
and I saw somebody sharing today from The Patriot.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson movie, where they're first trying to get the Swamp Fox to like sign up to fight the British, and he's like, "Tell me, why should I trade one tyrant far away for 3,000 tyrants right here at home? An elected legislature could take away your rights just as much as a king." He's right.
He is right.
They keep doing it. And it's become even more cartoonish at this point. I thought Lee Zeldin handled himself pretty well there,
Me
but
too.
this is just, it's like par for the course. And like you can tune into most of these committee hearings, and if it's like the partisan thing,
Mhm.
it's just Looney Tunes.
But is it argue just to argue?
Yes. So you're just a climate denier. There are going to be people, it's the Rorschach test effect. Like, there are going to be people that are like, yeah, that's why I voted for Laura.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. How many of her constituents now got to be going, that's my girl? That was embarrassing.
Or that's why I voted for Rosa DeLauro.
Besides somebody just to get in the way, to act as a speed bump. Why is she there?
Because she was elected.
She's popular.
Yes. That's how this works.
Rudy was also popular on the football
We're
team.
we're heading into Alabama primary season right now.
Yeah, it reminds me.
It's like these next 2-3 weeks.
Yep.
Get ready. It's already started.
We gonna see this?
No, the political ads.
I want to see some of this.
Well, maybe we'll see that, but I mean, we'll.
It's Alabama, Joe. We go see some of that. You know we are.
Yeah, but have you seen some of the ads already?
Yeah.
Like the Goof Troop team in town. And like, how many folks should be like, we got to stop the mosques? I'm like, how many of y'all are cribbing off Brian Dawson's sheet? Dadgummit. Like, how many mosques are a problem in Alabama at this point? Good God.
Yeah. Well, there's that. No, wait a minute. No.
And it's like anatomy of an Alabama political ad.
Guns.
Guns. Definitely got to have a gun.
Got to have a Bible.
Got to have a Bible too. Yes, it'd be even better if you're reading that Bible.
Oh, yes.
With a professional voiceover.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the gun is just on your side.
Yeah. Or maybe, I mean, if you're good with, you could shoot the gun.
You can
Work
at the
for
end.
Kay Ivey if she's the one who actually shot it. Granny's got a gun. See that reference?
Yeah.
They wouldn't have gotten it at the potluck because I'm old, Eddie.
All right. Well, now what about a cowboy hat? They need a cowboy hat. They need something to show I'm a commoner.
You don't have to do a cowboy hat. That's a little too Texas.
Cowboy hat or country accent? I need somebody local. I got somebody that talks like me.
Now I got Ella Langley stuff. Just before.
Just to be her. Be her.
Had to go and take him back to heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be reminding people of Texas when you're in Alabama.
No.
Running for office. But no, the Bible's good. Oh, we forgot one. Football.
Oh, duh.
Football. You gotta have football.
But it can't be NFL.
Huh.
Gotta be a college
And
type.
also the gun thing, it's like, it's got to be very clear that you're walking to a pond to go shoot a duck.
It'd be better if they were shooting turtles, but yeah, I get your point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you got it cracked over your shoulder, the shotgun. Yeah. Then you're like walking and talking with men.
Other
men. And ladies occasionally too. And like it's.
Are they walking together or behind you?
I do wonder what they're saying in those ads. Like when
Fill
they're
my
not
mouth with
actually.
farts. That's all I ever hear. It's all I ever hear.
How in the world did this slap dig my TV
Exactly.
commercial here?
Exactly. I mean,
Probably what Tuberville's.
y'all act like we're doing something good and important right here. Come on, right now.
Anyway, just ain't that America?
For you and me.
And still, the King and Queen of England are visiting Capitol Hill all day, every day at 2 p.m. We're going to be talking school board stuff, public schools in Montgomery. But the King Charles, is going to be addressing the United States Congress.
What has he got to bring to the table?
He's going to talk about history and stuff, probably.
I hope he's over here saying, "Hey, thank y'all, thank you again,
Thank you again.
thank you again," because we don't speak German. Right now we speak English with a little bit of Arabic.
A little bit.
Can we get y'all come back and help us again, please? I think
Is
that's
that
what
what
we
most
gotta
of the Pakistani speak, Arabic?
say. I'll go with that. Yeah.
Hey, in serious news, did you see the UAE's leaving OPEC?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, that's a good sign. They don't have to follow the supply controls and cost controls. They could just produce as much oil as they want.
Yeah, but will they?
Yeah, I think so.
No,
And some are saying, this might be best than Trump's doing here.
I don't think it's the worst idea because I don't like the unified, but I don't think I'm not a big fan of the UAE.
Anyway, we got to hit a break.
All right.
First, as part of the program, brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing, and they're at Cole Plumbing. They can help you out with any and all of your plumbing needs. Could be you got a big job, like a big old water leak inside or outside your home, and you need it fixed. Could be you have a gas line leak, God forbid. That's truly dangerous and you need to get it fixed.
You could have a water line leak between your house and the meter, and that puts that responsibility on you, and you wonder why your water bill's so high every month, and your front yard nice and green.
Pretty flooded,
Yep.
too.
Pretty
Why
flooded.
is it always soggy out here?
Yep.
Well, they can come in, find the leak, find the problem with minimal discomfort in your home. What that means is they're not going to have to tear out a bunch of drywall or dig up a huge hole in your yard.
Right.
And then, of course, they can also help you with smaller jobs like a drippy faucet, toilets broke, garbage disposal that don't work, you know. Or it could be you want to upgrade to a tankless water heater system, or
Very
you
smart.
just want like a brand new fancy shower head installed.
Oh, yeah, when the big rain shower hits.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Have you seen the ones that from the fall on you and hit you from the side?
Yes. I like those, Joey.
Right, that seems like a sin, honestly. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
I think
Good
you
way
do.
to clean your body, Joey.
I
That's
think
what that
you
is.
are playing dumb. Playing, I said.
I see.
Anyway, y'all check out Cole Plumbing today. That's coleplumbing.com. You can always make an appointment there. Just save their number, 279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl,
call on Cole, Joey.
We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
You're listening
to Joey Clark.
Joey Clark.
And his old pal, Mr. Bader.
It's
Joey Clark.
Folks, we have breaking news. The DOJ has indicted former FBI Director James Comey for a second time.
Yep.
Indicted again for his 8647 Instagram post as a threat to the President of the United States.
If they didn't get him the first time, though, on that same thing, Joey, what are we doing? We're just messing with him at this point.
Sure. You got a problem with it?
No.
Yeah,
but,
me neither.
I mean, I don't.
Just like tell me when you actually pull something off, though.
Yes.
Instead of just getting lawyers more money in their pocket.
Thank you. That's what I'm getting at.
Anyway, let's go to David. Hey, David. How you
Hey, David. What's up, buddy?
Well, I got to disagree with you. You're pretty cheery about polluters, and that you were talking about that Loper case. That's not exactly about pollution, but it's about whether or not America can protect its fisheries from overfishing.
No,
right?
it has to do with the prerogative of the administrative state and whether or not the administrative state can be very creative in the laws that Congress has written. And on that case, as well as the West Virginia case, the Supreme Court reined that back in.
Well, that's a pretty talk way of saying it, but the reality.
No, that's what the
is
Supreme Court. What do you mean, pretty talk? I thought it was a little crass there. I apologize.
Well, again, the issue is whether or not the big polluters and the big corporations can basically outspend America in protecting its assets. And so if somebody pollutes a creek, if somebody overfishes in the Atlantic or in the Gulf, then the experts in the various departments.
You ever heard of the revolving door? Those experts, or ever bought off? You ever heard of regulatory capture with a lot of those folks?
Yeah, Ronald Reagan is famous for sabotaging America like that.
Yeah.
Are you
Yes,
a fan
Reagan?
of Ronald Reagan's sabotage?
Yeah, sure, I am. I think we need more Reagan-like sabotage. In fact, whatever you consider sabotage, I suspect it's probably going to be awesome.
Well, again, if American fishing, and Loper started out as a fishing case, but then the corrupt Supreme Court decided to take.
So, there's no virtue to the arguments at all about an overbearing administrative state that is going way beyond its prerogative in interpreting the laws passed by the Congress. And if we are a democracy with elected representatives who are supposed to write our laws, why is it that unelected career experts or bureaucrats are allowed to then pretend like they're the ones that get to write the laws. And you're saying because, well, there's this problem. We got to fight the corporations. We got to make sure it's not overfished. We got to make sure things aren't polluted. Well, if you don't want that to happen, vote for the right folks. That brings up campaign finance laws and all sorts of the super PAC system and the way the whole frickin' thing works, man. But that is what Loper Bright was all about and that case was all about. And I appreciate the call.
250 years ago, America was fighting 13 corporations. The 13 colonies were 13 corporations. And they didn't like the idea that the corporations were sucking the money out of America and taking it to London and having a party with it, right?
Wait, you're saying the Constitution was installed over the Articles of Confederation? It wasn't the elites that actually decided we wanted a strong central government. It wasn't like this right-wing coup, essentially, that empowered them even more. And then we set up the American system under the American system under Alexander Hamilton, based off the British. I'm not making up crap. I'm making up nothing.
You're not. You're saying that the 13
colonies,
13 corporations,
sure they were
chartered by the king,
and so
right?
Sure they were. So what did the Constitution create?
It gave us the ability to run our own lives.
It didn't help out a lot of the. It didn't help out a lot of the corporate interests of this nation. Perhaps maybe the Anti-Federalists had an argument, sir.
You're playing pretty talk about polluters, about people that sabotaged America. And they were sabotaging it then, and they're doing it again today. And when this corrupt Supreme Court that we've got right now says that we, the people, can't have experts to run various agencies, and
not if they're not empowered by our elected representatives.
Do you think that's even further of a sabotage, because the original Constitution said we would have a congressman for every 30,000 people, right?
Yeah, and I agree with you there. The House of Representatives should be much bigger.
Much bigger.
Right.
And the idea that a district, you look at Boebert's district out in Colorado, the first district that she was in, that is an L shape that was top to bottom, Utah to New Mexico, Arizona, and then clean across to Kansas. It was massive. Right. And there is no way in the world that one person could be a congressman for a district that big.
And that's how we've been doing it, though.
Make sure that the agriculture, the timber, the mining, the Air Force Academy, the prairies, all of those constituents would be covered. And who sabotaged it? But in 1914 they did it. And so now you're telling us that we have to have the congressman.
Yes. It would be better the congressmen and your senators do it than unelected career bureaucrats. Yes, sir.
Well, there you are, caving into the corporations again.
What, do you think the corporations maybe have control of both parties, and the corporations, maybe we're just in the jaws of the wolf? If I want to get all pretty, we're a rabbit in the jaws of the wolf, and we're deciding whether to go limp or struggle.
So are you going limp when you're supporting this Loper ruling?
No, I'm following actually what I think the Constitution was about, which was a representative republic, not an administrative state that was popularized, especially after the Second World War. And we're reining back in the prerogatives of the elected president and the prerogatives of the elected officials in Congress, instead of the interagency process essentially being able to run everything. And you can call it pretty talk.
Is it a complicated world?
Yeah, it is.
So do we need administrators, or do we just need random shuffling around of?
So you don't believe in like elected democracy, so the little r Republican form of government's just completely shot. We should need those expert administrators.
So little r in face of corporate billionaires.
Yes, Cicero was full of crap, man. So was John Adams and Jefferson too. And little Jimmy Madison, they're all like just pie in the sky, like idealists. In fact, maybe Alexander Hamilton figured them out. Maybe Hamilton played them, baby. Maybe Hamilton's like, we got this whole republic thing, but we're going to have this industrial powerhouse, and we're going to set up this nation with this new constitution for elite interest. It's going to be a magnificent thing. And then in the name of progressing in the early 20th century, we'll continue to empower the administrative state. But, it's not like the corporations kept running things after Teddy and Woodrow and stuff. And then after the Second World War, we need even more power because, we just had to fight this war and it's new technology and it's all the rage. It's the managerial revolution, baby. James Burnham told us all about it in National Review. So we need to get the smartest people in the room to run things. Because you're right, sir. You don't want your grandmother in Kansas running pandemic operations. She doesn't know the first thing about virology. You don't want your dad in Lillian, Alabama running the tests for pollution or overfishing. You don't want any of this. You want these experts. But the thing is, I think those experts need to actually be empowered by the elected representatives and not writing the laws themselves. The Chevron doctrine was overbroad, and you can call it pretty language, but I think it's one of the best court cases ever passed. And if you want to fight the corporations, do it in a way that is actually democratic. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. And good day. Good day. Good day, Dave. Good day. Good mood today. Anyway.
What's up, nerd?
It's been a while since we've had a lib call up.
I can't help it. I love it.
Yeah. And by the way, you conservatives are full of crap too.
Oh yeah, durr.
Yeah, and perhaps we all are. It's just I love that.
Wait, are you being honest?
I love
we
that.
all are.
Yeah. Perhaps we need a king. And yes, the king is
he's
greeted.
walking through,
He's
buddy.
being greeted by the big four leaders in Congress. Anyway, we'll be right back.
From the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. President Trump and King Charles III greeted each other warmly as the monarch began a day of diplomacy in Washington designed to emphasize a bond between the United Kingdom and the United States that is so strong it can withstand the political turmoil of the moment. Charles is now headed to Capitol Hill, where he will address the U.S. Congress. Ron DeSantis back in the national spotlight as he pushes for a new congressional map in Florida. His proposal aims to give Republicans 4 more seats, equivalent to the expected Democratic gains in Virginia. Both President Trump and First Lady Melania are calling on ABC to fire Jimmy Kimmel. After the late-night comic joke last week, the First Lady had the glow of an expectant widow. The president said Kimmel's words were beyond the pale. This is SRN News.
I talked to a lot of great companies. Very few of them actually literally surprised me, but Fellowship Home Loans sure did. For over 20 years, Mike and Brian and the team there have been helping families do something most people think is more complicated than it has to be. Get into a home, lower their rate, or tap into equity they didn't even realize they had. Everything at Fellowship is done in-house. One roof, one great team, all with a servant-led mentality. From your first phone call to closing, you're going to get people who know you by name. They'll know your situation. They treat you like family. They're also offering a free mortgage checkup right now. Don't miss out. Rates are lower now than if you purchased or refinanced your home in the last few years. Many Fellowship customers are saving hundreds of dollars a month when refinancing, and there are no payments for 2 months. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 8193.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Bridgestone's weather. Lots of weather changes to talk about. Very warm today with a high temperature up to about 86. Clouds will dominate much of the time, and there's a risk of some spotty showers, maybe a thunderstorm this afternoon. But all eyes on this evening and tonight with a band of stronger to possibly severe storms moving across the area. Damaging wind gusts would be the main threat, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications for severe weather alerts. Low tonight in the 60s, high tomorrow in the upper 70s on Thursday with maybe some leftover showers. There'll be another storm system with another round of showers and storms Friday night into Saturday before it turns much cooler over the weekend. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Feeling the pressure of high credit card rates? ASE Credit Union has you covered with a low 1.99% APR on balance transfers. Move your balances in March or April and lock in that 1.99% rate through your October statement. Visit ASE Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. A man has been convicted of a double shooting at a Montgomery hotel that left a woman dead and a teenager injured. The incident happened on Labor Day 2023 at a hotel in the 1400 block of Eastern Boulevard. 20-year-old Adriana Conville was killed. Tavares Bilbrew, who was 17 at the time, was left permanently paralyzed. Thomas is scheduled to be sentenced on May 28. Montgomery Fire and Rescue battled a 2-alarm fire on Gardendale Drive early Monday morning. Upon arrival, firefighters encountered heavy smoke and flames coming from within the home. Crews were able to extinguish the blaze before it could spread to nearby houses with no injuries reported. The home, which was reportedly vacant, was left severely damaged by the fire. A Montgomery Public Schools teacher has been selected for the We the Teachers National Fellowship at the College of William and Mary. Dr. Amy Hinton, who is a history teacher at Booker T. Washington Magnet School, was selected for the honor. Dr. Hinton is one of 100 delegates chosen nationwide to take part in the event to coincide with the nation's 250th anniversary. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Don't miss the River Region Healthy Living Expo happening Thursday, April 30th from 10 to 2 at the Shops at East Chase. From senior health to total wellness, it's all here and admission is free. Learn more in the Check It Out section at WAKA.com.
Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli. And Jeff Baranko with Chappie's Deli. One of the reasons Chappie's Deli has been around for over 32 years is Blue Water Broadcasting.
Yes, it is, and we have the perfect faces for radio.
We sure do. And if you have a perfect face for radio, call Blue Water.
Blue Water Broadcasting is the #1 most listened to radio group in the River Region. Find out how to put this reach to work for your business. Call us to find out how we can help. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Hi, I'm Mark DePlanche with Admiral Movers. People ask, what makes Admiral Movers different from other movers? It's simple. We take pride in caring for our team, so we know that they will take care of you. All of our team members are Admiral employees. They are all fully background checked and trained in-house. We never hire day laborers. So for your next move, whether it's a commercial move or household move, across town or across the country, call Montgomery's favorite movers, Admiral Movers. Mention code SUMMER10 to save 10% on your next move.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I haven't had a good fight like that on air in a while, but love you, Dave. Mean it. Truly. Probably a good dude. But changing gears. The Kings in Washington, D.C., and James Comey's been indicted again, but let's focus on local stuff. And in the studio with me, we have Pamela Cloud, who's running for re-election for the Montgomery County Public School Board. And, of course, we also have Lisa Keith, who's on the board as well. Great to see both of you.
And it's great to see you, too.
Good to see you, Joey.
Now, you're not running for re-election.
Oh, yes, I am.
You are?
Definitely. I'm running as a Republican, but I'm not. I don't have an opponent.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not in the primaries.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you have no opponent, but you are, and I suppose you do have an opponent. You don't have to say who, but
I do have an opponent.
Okay.
For the primary.
So first off, I want you, Pamela, to kind of lay out the work that's been done. You were telling me a little off air the other day, and let's mix in there why should folks reelect you to continue that work.
Well, thank you for having me again. We have changed the momentum of MPS. I was very fortunate to be elected in 2022. We had a superintendent to leave. We went through the process of going through vetting another one, which was grueling if you do it correctly, and it was. And we really chose the superintendent that is a servant leader, Dr. Zacharias Byrd. With that, we had changed the dynamics, the trajectory of MPS. When we were looking for the superintendent, I said, we've got to look at what our goals are as a board. I was the chairman of the Goals Board Committee. We did it for 1 year because goals change. But that was during the time of selecting the superintendent. 2025, we set our goals. Then we took that goal, and that came from the curriculum audit we had done, and we started vetting superintendents. With that, when he got on board, he came on with initiatives, very good initiatives, and we supported that. And I actually wrote his evaluation for this year based on both of those documents.
And can I chime in?
Sure.
Joey, the thing that Pamela Cloud is not saying, because she's not somebody to stand up and say, when she said we did a curriculum audit, if you'll remember when I used to come on here all the time, when Dan and Jack were here, we had a nepotism problem. And nepotism was not, I'm talking about your son and your daughter, because it did encompass that. It also encompassed hiring friends and family, fraternity and sorority.
Okay.
And when you look, I don't mind saying her opponent was Melissa Snowden. I like Melissa. She's a great person, good Christian. I can't say she sold my childhood home. But when it comes to education, her background in education is not near what Pamela Cloud has. And I'm not saying that as a friend, because she and I can go at it. You know, we do not always agree. But I will tell you, it took me, if you think of, I've been on here 12 years. 8 of those years were suck years. I can't tell you how bad it was. It was 6-1, 6-1. Then it was 4-3 with me on the 3. When Pam Cloud got on this board, she stepped in. She had the wherewithal because she was the assistant superintendent of Monroe County. She also spent 10 years with federal programs. She was a data person. Each board, we're now working as a team. Each board member, I'm, of course, the mouth that says whatever that is the unexpected and stay in trouble, which I could care less. That's me. And then you have Pam, who is the data person. And I will tell you the thing about Pam, I'm not putting her down. She probably going to kill me when we get out here, but she's not married. But she is married. She's married to MPS and these children, and she does nothing but data and research. From the day she stepped foot on that board, it became a 4-3, and a lot of people called them the block 4. It's not the block 4, it's the core 4. It's a historical 4. And what she did with nepotism, by ordering that, we found out through her, technically, you can't go after a person. Let's say you were the person hiring friends and family.
Sure.
I can't go and go, let's get Joey Clark out of here.
Okay.
The curriculum audit said, hey, let's go audit human resources. Let's see what kind of credentials you have. For you, do you really have a broadcasting thing? Well, does HR really have anything, any education in HR? None.
Oh, I admit, I don't know how to do anything.
But none of them. And guess what? By doing that, redoing the job descriptions, not to fit the nepotism, not to fit the friends and family, without her, we would still have nepotism. And if you have to remember, nothing against Melissa, but when I came for the grade changes, that's why y'all had me on here. It was all over the papers. went all the way to the superintendent. It got rid of our superintendent, Barbara Thompson, and Lewis Washington. They had to step down because of those. It was Melissa Snowden that I went to. Nothing to put her down. But like Mark Montiel said, she could sit there all day and go, I'm shocked.
Right.
Okay. But you know what? Good person or not, this is about business. It's not about friendship.
I was Melissa Snowden's mentor teacher when she taught 1 year. I had a strong conversation with her. She was not happy. Her children were not happy. And I said, is this really, don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to your children. Let me care enough about you to let you make some hard decisions. And she chose to leave teaching after 1 year. I was glad I was her mentor. I was happy to help her.
And it's nothing. I saw a Facebook post that you made recently, which you said, hey, I'm born and raised in Montgomery, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt it.
Yeah.
And then when I read Melissa's response, I was like, oh my God, Mark Montiel would roll over in his grave. She's going to suddenly make friends with Joey. I'm fine. With, I'm fine with her running. That's great. But like Mark said, she's never had to run against anybody.
Well,
she
and
dropped out of the state race.
Y'all are mentioning her so much. She's more than welcome on the program,
Oh,
too,
yeah.
if she wants to be on.
Well, she'll call you.
But I want to jump in on, you mentioned some of the initiatives the superintendent had put forward and kind of back to where things are going. So what are some of these initiatives and some of these changes? How is the momentum changing?
We have stronger dual enrollment for the associate's degree to happen for those children in high school.
It tripled. Dual enrollment tripled.
That's awesome.
That means that with that, they have associate's degree. They can go to college, to a 4-year college, and not have the weight of the freshman year courses and save parents money, save them time, get them out into their field of interest. So with that helps everyone and in the community. It helps the families. So that's one of the things that I have supported.
If financially we went from, think about it, you remember this, we were $11 million in debt. If Pike Road didn't come around and help us, sell us their school or buy our school, we wouldn't, guess what? We went from $11 million debt in our general fund to $121.6 million right now.
Wow.
And
that itself is a no-brainer why you would put the same board members back on.
And I also said, what is our Standards & Poor's rating? That's the first time anyone had ever heard that. So we got it after we started working, and they zeroed in on trying to put the documentation together. The committee that only meets once a year revisited us, and we now have a Standards & Poor's rating of A+. Let me tell you what that does.
Okay.
That gives us weight or help in getting good rates for interest rates for companies buying into us when we want to build our schools. Percy Julian out there is being a state-of-the-art school. Look at BTW, how wonderful that looks. It's because our Standards & Poor's rating is where it needs to be.
And
It's the
Pam-
gold standard.
Pam, tell them about your grant that you wrote that is a $2 million grant for the agricultural. That's important. She did this hands-on by herself.
I believe that we are a county school system. We're not a city school system. We still have Raymer out in South Montgomery County. We have Pentlala. We have Katoma. I have a family in Raymer. They need that school there to lift up that community. We're going to open up Dunbar Raymer back as an agricultural / forestry conversion school for middle and high school children. We're going to bring FFA in. We're going to bring 4-H in. I've even talked to family down there, friends down there. They're going to host and foster the students coming from the city of Montgomery, their animals for them to show, for them to learn. We're going to teach them growing. Agroponics is big right now. So with all of that, that's going to lift that community up. And I will tell you, it will be the only standalone agricultural forestry school in the state of Alabama. We have Katie Britt interested. We have
Copperville is actually
Here, if you got those two, and they should be. I'm interested. This sounds fantastic.
I'll be honest with you, we're in one hell of a fight right now because we've got certain people trying to take $4.5 million from us. I'm not going to go into names or anything like that, but I'm taking it personal. because when you look at the reasons to go to Whitewater, to go to Jackson Hospital, when you look, if you follow the money, you're going to find out that there's more, why come to the children? And especially when you take our president and our vice president, when we were looking for a superintendent, go back to that. This is just this year or recent, when you've got there was only 3 people. You had 3 people. It looked like a lot of people, but it wasn't. You had, I'll just say it, you had our mayor, you had the president of the chamber, and you had a member that I'm not going to use names at all from the county commission.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually met behind closed doors with our president and vice president, took their cell phones up, and said, we want this superintendent. And we stood up against them. We had core 4 that stood up and said, no, we're going to do it our way. But you have to remember, I call it coercion. When you look at your president and vice president and say, look, we do you not understand that we can take $4.5 million from you? And then you can read 1819 News. Guess what? Mm-hmm. When you come after it, it's coercion. It's also undue pressure using your office to take from our children.
And again, folks, we have Lisa Keith, that you just heard from here in the studio, and Pamela Cloud, who is running for re-election on the Montgomery County Public School Board. And
that's District 5.
District 5.
That would be where Halcyon School is located, that community around there. I like to give, the communities are important, but they attach to schools. We have Blunt, Wilson, Carr, Park Crossing, as a matter of fact, and soon to be Dunbar Raymer Agri-Science Forestry School. But Park Crossing is starting an academy, a CIA academy, Cyber Intelligence Academy.
And virtual schools, add virtual schools.
We have virtual schools coming.
So these, like the academies, whether you're leaning into the agricultural side or things like more technology-based, how is this different than like the traditional schools that we have? Like, I'm trying to understand the academy concept, really.
We are zoning in on what interests children, to be in school, to stay in school, to go after the interest that they show. We want to build their confidence in something they want to do.
We're meeting their needs. We're taking them as they are. You've got to understand, we've got a chronic absenteeism problem of not only teachers, and that's what we are working on right now, policies. We are working, that's what the board does. We work mainly on policy, and where you see a minus, you've got to do something about it. We've also got chronic absenteeism with our children. We're losing kids. And you got to understand, I was the one that pushed state intervention. We needed it. You had a board that I got along with. One of them I loved dearly, but they couldn't get outside of the friends and family thing. And that is why it is so key that people understand why they need to vote this time. Because right now we're still fighting the city. We have city officials that have actually put people in this race. So I'll just say it like it is. Mayor Reed will have his city school system. It won't be a city school system,
right,
but it will be. If undercover, that's what it is. And we will go straight back to that nepotism. If you look at the money that was taken, $765,000 to 2019, it was when she came on that we made sure every darn one of those people were prosecuted. It is also Pam Cloud that helped with the federal funding department to make sure that would never happen again. But now the way we sell tickets, the way we deal with money, it's not in the hands of the people that took it. This went all the way to our CSFO. And let me tell you, if I had egg on my face, I was all about, they had put our interim lady at the as the CSFO, and I was all about it. Guess what? They used that lady to funnel money. And what they did is they made up these education programs, continuing education programs out of New Jersey. There was no such group. The checks that were sent to New Jersey were cashed right here in Montgomery. And that's how those people got busted. And if it weren't for Pam Cloud, Pam Portis, and each team, now the difference is we're working as a team. Like I said, I'm the mouth. That woman right there knows more data. And without her, I'll say this on air. If she doesn't want to win, my mom and dad would come out of heaven and kill me for saying I quit. But I promise you, if she doesn't win, I won't do one radio show. I won't do one interview. I won't knock on one door. And it's not that I don't care. I, Lisa Keith, am not going back to 6-1 or 4-3 again. I can't do it. I can't go backwards.
Well, I also want to say that we just now, and for 2026, are starting 21st century after school programs in 10 of our middle schools to keep the children in a safe environment. Talk about STEM. They have a dinner, financial literacy. So 10 of our middle schools will start in 2026 a 2.5-hour after school program and summer program. Along with that, we're looking at also doing neglected and delinquent. We can apply for those funds, Title 1D, to bring our children that leave a system lockdown come back into the schools and start again and not lose them to the school to prison pipeline. We have a mega prison being built. I don't want to give them clients. I want to save our children.
Now, there's one thing, broaden this out a little bit, I just don't know. What I do know about is there's been a lot of national coverage of especially, say, the Northeast shocked. New York Times doing stuff on this, on how reading scores and math scores in Mississippi have improved. And I believe that's also the case here in Alabama. Broadly, things with the Numeracy Act and the Literacy Act from the state level. Are we starting to see improvement just at the grade performance within the system here?
Pam, let me handle this one, okay? I don't, because you know this, and then you back me up on this. Part of the problem was we lowered the bar, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't lower the bar any lower than it was. Because what we're doing, think about it. These kids, would you rather be in school? Or would you rather be out playing, doing things, whatever? If you knew that there were programs called, and I'll just tell you, it was called Edgenuity. Edgenuity was a program that it's called credit recovery. It started back during the grade changes. You had to have at least a 40 minimum to qualify. Guess what? They weren't doing it. They had zeros. These people had zeros, and they put them into credit recovery. And Pam, go ahead. Tell them that I'm not, you know this story. You were the one that brought all those papers to me. It was signed off by counselors and principals.
Mm-hmm.
Kids that took chemistry, that made a 0 in chemistry, went and took chemistry, and go ahead, tell them how many days it was that they passed chemistry with an 80B. How many days was it? Go ahead.
I did the research. The student was failing chemistry. We're talking about chemistry, where you have labs also.
Mm-hmm.
She took 157 lessons and tests in 3 days.
And made a B. So you know what that means, Joey?
Game in the system.
That means either you went to your neighbor, your daddy, or your mama.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to think about the repercussions of that. You have a heart attack, and this person is like just an aide in a hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. And so what happened, and this, let's go there. I'm going there. And last time I got on the radio with, I don't know, Kevin Elkin or whatever, then I'm ready I get my lawsuit against me because of my mouth. But here's the deal. Let's go there. We had a program that I found called Schools PLP. You got to understand, in a system that people trust me, Joey. That's just, and I think that's why I keep getting reelected. They know I don't mince words. I just say it like it is, and it doesn't matter.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're going to sue me, bring it on. I don't care. Get in line. Is what, just like, in fact, I've got somebody right now already ready to get me for slander. Go ahead, get in line, because you are opening up a can of worms. And what I'm saying here is I found a program called Schools PLP. There are people that trust me enough that are now, and we won't say what position, but a darn great position, and I couldn't be better. That's all I can say is can't be better, with AEA, which I used to hate AEA. But this person was with AEA, and I get these forwarded emails to me. Our past superintendent, Melvin Brown, said, Lisa, he wanted us to buy into Edgenuity. He didn't know anything about it. And I went, why are we just hearing this one day before? And he said, I'm sorry this happened. Just renew it by next year. I'll have something new. I'll look for a competitor. Month after month. And I loved Melvin Brown, still do. He doesn't like me. In fact, 2 days after we had our one and only little fuss, on Friday the 13th in September, he resigned. But it was over. I'm not saying it was over this. But what happened was I found PLP, which is a very rigorous program out of Arizona and Atlanta. And it made our kids accountable. It was a cool program. It helped with our ELA students. That's our language barriers. It helped, and it made you do the work. You couldn't give it to if your parent did it. Your parent was going to do a lot of work. It wasn't going to be done in 3 days.
We were team tagging.
Yep.
She found it. I researched it. I did the deep dive on, and it was a valid, good program.
And Melvin Brown called me and he said, Lisa, what if we do half of PLP and half education? I said, look, Dr. Brown, all I want to do is get my foot in the door. She called me and said, guess what, Lisa, we're not voting for it. I said, what do you mean? He said to me this really did happen. I called the guy, Dr. King, and I said, is it true that y'all are not approving the PLP? And he said, yeah. I said, please tell me why. He said, I don't know enough about it. He had been with us maybe 2 months. And then I heard Dr. Melvin Brown in the room, and I said, put him on the phone. Put him on the phone. I've never said that because I knew something was up. And then he said, Dr. Keith, he's not in here. And I said, you know what? Tell him this. Because I had told him I would be his 4th vote to keep him. He wanted his contract renewed within 1 year. He'd only been with us 1 year. And I told him, I will give him that vote. When I knew we weren't doing PLP, I lost it. And I just went, he doesn't have my vote. And then he resigned because, look at it. It would have, when he knew he wasn't going to get the vote, resigned.
But then I'd imagine since then we've gotten more of those rigorous, whether you're making it up or ideally, but if you don't ever fall behind, just higher standards to begin with. Are we seeing that generalized improvement here in Montgomery zone area?
Oh, think about it.
We went from an F to a C+ in reading.
Very good. I would call that
And in math. We are at a 76. And you think about it, like I said, look at our budget. We're 121.6 versus 11 in the hole. I mean, if I would love to say, oh, she's my friend and I'm playing teenage, love affair here or whatever, and I want her to be, I just got to have her sitting beside me. Like I said, we are at odds more than we are, we're more at odds. Who am I not at odds with? I remember Dr. Terry Roller of the state said to my husband, Al, I'm glad
I don't
you're
feel
very
like
good.
we're at odds at all.
Oh, no.
No, I don't think so. I got to hit a break here.
Okay.
So, and I want to come back. We'll keep going with this. And before I hit the break at Pamela Cloud, if somebody wants to vote for Pamela Cloud, I'm saying her full name, sorry. How can they do so? We want to support you.
Any of their voting places, I will be on the ballot. I'm the first for the District 5 board election for a board member for District 5. I'm Pamela Cloud. Just check that box, and we'll be good to go for the primary.
And it looks like folks can always go to PamelaGCloud.com.
Yes. Yes.
PamelaGCloud.com.
Yes, and that's my website. I want everyone to look through it. My phone number is on that. I will answer any questions. Give me 5 minutes if I'm in a meeting, and I will always call you back. I called my
Within 24 hours, she's never missed a beat, neither have I.
Here. Well, we do have to hit this break. We'll be right back, folks.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 special. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a man from outer space.
What's up, Earthling?
I see you've landed your spacecraft over there in that field.
That's right, man.
My question is, why have you landed here on our planet?
I came to see David Ernest.
The asset preservationist?
Yeah, man. I wanted to see if he would take a look at my portfolio for me.
Well, before you make the trip over there, call him on his toll-free number, 833-596-7233.
And I understand those last 4 digits spell out the word safe.
That is correct.
Funny thing happened the last time I came to Earth.
What was that?
I went to the Walmart, man.
Yes?
And I accidentally went in the back door.
How did that work out?
Well, they stopped me and very gently told me that I needed to go around front and come in.
And then what did you do?
I said, cool, man. Take me to your greeter.
You flew millions of miles just for that.
Hey, man, I don't ride them. I just read them.
From weddings and concerts to cookouts and construction sites, TT Porta Toilets has been serving Central Alabama for over 30 years. Whether you need standard portable toilets with wash stations or upscale restroom trailers for special events, the Tierce family has the right solution for every occasion. So when you're planning your next big event or project, make it easy on yourself. Call 285-5513 or visit ttportatoilet.com. TT Porta Toilets. Clean, convenient, dependable.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama Sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Truckers, listen up. A $2,500 sign-on bonus only at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Work for a company that puts God and family first. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines work for the best in the business.
Rich Thomas Weather. Lots of weather changes to talk about. Very warm today with a high temperature up to about 86. Clouds will dominate much of the time, and there's a risk of some spotty showers, maybe a thunderstorm this afternoon. But all eyes on this evening and tonight with a band of stronger to possibly severe storms moving across the area. Damaging wind gusts would be the main threat, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications for severe weather alerts. Low tonight in the 60s, high tomorrow in the upper 70s on Thursday with maybe some leftover showers. There'll be another storm system with another round of showers and storms Friday night into Saturday before it turns much cooler over the weekend. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. In studio, again, we have Lisa Keith as well as Pamela Cloud, both on the Montgomery County School Board. Pamela is running for re-election. Lisa is too, but she doesn't have a primary opponent, so we don't have to worry about that. But where I want to continue and pick up is kind of like what we were talking about off air. In particular, like expanding like different ways if a kid has certain interest, also especially it plays into, now we mentioned this in the first segment, but like just expanding like different avenues into college or career. It doesn't necessarily have to be a 4-year university either. I think that trend is starting to, a lot of people are waking up, oh, you can make more money in a skilled trade than with a college degree. So how are we updating the system here locally to expand?
Well, we just got a new partnership with Trenton.
Okay.
You got to look at that avenue. We're talking about HVACs. We're talking about automotive. That's not a 4-year. And like, I want to go just back to the schools PLP thing. When we did that, that covers 80. You were talking about off air about the Mexican, Spanish, your ESL group.
Oh yeah, big population.
We were not catering to them. In fact, they were failing because of the language barrier. So what schools PLP, look, this was a no-brainer to me, and why I was pushing it so hard. Edgenuity was $4 million versus schools PLP $3 million. It also spoke 80 different languages, and it went into whatever that kid was interested, as far as electives, things like that. And now we're keeping kids with that. But the problem, and I'm not going to say we're perfect, we're not. We lack training. We lack good training, because you got to understand, are there still some problems with nepotism? Well, that's what we did like today. We just had a special call meeting. We've had to redirect these job descriptions because they were made up job descriptions
to fit.
Yeah.
Really?
So you've either got to, lose through attrition and deal with what you got. And when you're dealing with what you got, you got some people that are in training that could care less about training.
Right.
And guess what? Across the country, we have a teacher retention problem. Montgomery alone has 500 non-certified teachers. And Joey, listen to this.
Well, they're emergency certified.
This is what both of us are working on this as of today. We started a new committee. We want to, think about it. Let's say you weren't in radio.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to make $50,000 a year, approximately $47,500, but let's call it $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, as long as you have a 4-year degree, you can come to teach for MPS. However, you now have to go take probably almost a year to 2 years worth of courses. That's $20,000 more dollars. You sit in your shoes for a minute. You're going, wait a minute, I got a 4-year degree just like you did. Why do I got to go back and pay? You're going to pay me 50, but you're going to take 20. Right. And my time, we have a problem, and I want that. I either want us to pay, if we're paying for dual enrollment, and we've tripled it, and that's what I asked today. Pam really brought it up, and has supported me on this. This is another program that she's basically running. We're trying to help these teachers. We're standing in their shoes. Mm-hmm. They need financial help.
Pamela, you're going to say something?
With that, the classes they have to take is about educational pedagogy. To know how to do classroom management, to do the things that takes to not only have the content knowledge, but have the knowledge of what the classroom is supposed to look like. That's the help that we need to give these emergency certified teachers. But with that, we also need to look at how we're doing, and I'm going to say it, I don't even look at her, multi-tiered system structure for Tier 1. It really starts at Tier 0, 1, 2, and 3. We can keep our children out of being identified when they're not SPED children, but it's a system. It's not down to the classroom teacher. It's how we treat it as a system.
And for the public, that's MTSS, and SPED is your special education. You got to remember.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So it's different language or special needs.
If you're not in education, you wouldn't know what MTSS.
I'm sorry, it's MTSS. That's multi-tiered and student support system. It's a system, not for the classroom teacher just to do it, but for everyone to have the same wagon pulling in the same direction.
And think about that multi-tiered. How many kids do we have with mental illness? How many kids do we have with discipline problems? behavior problems. This addresses that. It meets the child
Well,
where
and
they are.
I was going to ask about are the schools safe? Are we? I mean, and that could be obviously just having a secure facility and proper folks there in the adult level, but also that the discipline element plays into the safety of the schools and for the learning environment in general. So how are we doing there?
What we're trying to make sure happens is we don't work like the SPED department does not work in a silo. We have to know that this goes across the avenues of academics, SPED, safety. All of those components are bridges to doing what we need to do for the children. And we don't want to hear, oh, that's not in my department. How do we take our department and mesh with the other departments? There's the biggest hurdle, because it's for so long it's been silos. That's not my job. That's not my. Yes, it is.
But in answering your question on discipline,
yes,
it could be better. Here's the problem: you've got your principals over there, and you've got so many. They make excuses. Oh, that child's mentally ill. They can let them come right back. And I'm old school. I am old school, and I know probably the public and other educators would disagree with me. But you know what? You sent their butts home when you made an example, and let them come back.
Yeah.
But you don't. You're
disrupting
a
class,
standard.
right? I see.
Exactly.
It's hard. We have to make sure that every child's rights end where another one's begin.
Yes.
Because if you keep the uproar in a classroom, or you're on your phone when you're not supposed to be, that interrupts instruction, that interrupts learning. And there's where we have to be strong and stand steady with making sure we do for every child, we do the same thing. Now, there are some situations that can be different, but we have to look at them and not just ignore them.
Well, I'm pretty much out of time here. This flew by. This
but it was fun.
It really did fly by.
I'm sorry, I got technical on you.
Oh no, the technical stuff's cool to me. If folks again want to learn more about you, Pamela, and support you in your campaign, how can they do so?
They can get in touch with me at PamelaGCloud55@gmail.com. They can call me 334-233-1256 or text me. They can certainly go to my website, Pamela G. Cloud, and I haven't looked at it in so long, .com, www.PamelaGCloud.com.
And they can remember that she's trying to start a Sylvan Learning partnership with them. And just remember this, I hope, I cannot do it. This board, our whole board, has to have Pamela Cloud back on the board. Pamela Cloud's back on the board. I'm going to really want to be on that board.
I'm student first. I have trusted experience, and I've got proven leadership.
Thank you, Joey.
Well, appreciate both
Thank
y'all.
you so much.
I do have to this break first. This is part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings. And at Dillon Rings, Josh the jeweler just helped create a beautiful wedding set that resembles a couple they know that just got engaged. And I believe the engagement happened overlooking a cavern, like right on a mountainside, while they were out on vacation. The gentleman got down on one knee with this picturesque background. I'm looking at it on Facebook. If you go to Dillon Rings, DYLAN Rings on Facebook, you can see this. And you can also see this custom wedding set that Josh the jeweler created that resemble this couple's love for the mountains and for hiking, for climbing, and being out there. And it's absolutely beautiful work. And by the way, I know from now experience, I'm working on a custom piece of jewelry for myself. I'm the difficult one, by the way. I'm kind of particular about exactly what I want, but Josh is doing beautiful work on what I'm working on. Can't wait to reveal that as well with all y'all. So if y'all are looking for custom jewelry design, get by Dillon Rings. Josh Ryder's second to none. The guy's a true artist and a little bit of a scientist too when you go back to his lab there at Dillon Rings. So just stop by 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway, and be sure to tell him that Joey, that fellow on the radio, sent you. We'll be right back after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. thanks to the Good Feet store. I suffered with plantar fasciitis for almost 20 years. I would try drugstore insoles and supports.
If you suffer with plantar fasciitis, we know the search for pain relief can feel like a hopeless ordeal.
I've been through surgeries, foot injections. I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life.
At the Good Feet store, we hear stories every day of all kinds of cheap inserts, expensive shoes, and other failed remedies people have tried that just didn't work.
I was trying all different things. Not a single one worked. And then I was driving past the Good Feet store, and I thought, why not? Give it a try. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet. Then it was like, okay, this is different. These make a difference.
I'm so glad I met Good Feet. It changed my life.
Don't lose hope. Give the Good Feet store a try.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
We get a lot of questions about what all we handle at Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. I'm Hannah Grantham.
And I'm Eddie Bader, and we will handle all of your real estate needs.
We handle all your buying and selling needs, from your first home, next home, land, investment property, and even commercial properties.
We do it all and have the experience that shows you what makes us different.
So when you think real estate, think Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. Look us up on Facebook or give us a call at 334-368-6358. And let us show you who you have on your sign matters.
It's time to show Mom how much you appreciate her with a Jenny Lynn's floral creation for Mother's Day. Skip the grocery store flowers and make one quick call, 285-1000. Roses, lilies, beautiful bouquets, and gift baskets designed just for Mom. Call Jenny Lynn's Creations, 285-1000.
At Blue Water Broadcasting, we believe great advertising starts with relationships. That's why so many local business owners trust us, not just for radio, but for digital too. If you're already running digital advertising and you're not seeing results, it may be time to explore your option. Our team takes the time to understand your business, then builds custom campaigns using a multi-channel conversion-focused approach. So whether it's digital display, social media, or you need help increasing your online presence, Blue Water Broadcasting can help. Before your next campaign, let's have a conversation. Visit bluewaterbroadcasting.com.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Live local talk, the River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. And that hour flew by. Got one more hour to go, and any moment, the King of England is to give a joint address to Congress.
Walked through there yet?
Yeah, he's not even done. He's not even there yet. But J.D. Vance, Mike Johnson, ready to receive the king in the chamber there. Anyway, before we get to that, this part of the program brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. You know about those folks.
I know some great folks that work over there, Joey.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yes, they are. In fact, they have saved me more than one time when someone asked me a question about mortgages and I didn't have an answer for them.
Right.
I was quick to say, hey, give me 2 minutes and I'll call you right back. Usually I called them back and I'd have Madeline on the other line with them and we'd do all that together. That way when we got off the phone, they were more educated in the mortgage business than I was. And it's more important for them because those mortgages are created for you, for what you need going on right now. You can't, and you say it all the time, you can't look at the national press and say, oh, it's just not time to buy a house. You have to look at your own and what's going on in your world.
And actually get professionals to sit down and talk with you about that. And it's one thing to have a real estate agent.
Right.
It's another thing to actually sit down with Kim or Madeline. And it's a heck of a lot better than, I'll just go to the online mortgage calculator.
Oh, you don't want to do that. You set yourself up for so much disappointment.
That's almost worse than doing nothing.
It really is.
So you shouldn't do nothing. You shouldn't do that. You should instead call up Alabama Home Mortgage. They can get you in the right situation. Again, whether you're looking to buy, whether you're looking to purchase a home or refinance that current home for all sorts of reasons. And of course, they always know the latest with the VA mortgage program. So you veterans out there, you're leaving money on the table if you haven't taken advantage of the VA mortgage. Again, whether to buy or refi. So check out Alabama Home Mortgage today. You can always call them direct to start the conversation at 567-4223. That's 567-4223, or you can always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Be sure to let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. Oh no, we've detected an interruption in your service just as the king's walking out.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. It would be weird if the revolution hadn't happened, how it had happened.
Ooh.
You know, like how, like, we are such a unique thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, look at Canada. Ugh.
You look at them.
Look at Australia. Like, and
Australia's
especially
the most surprising disappointment
yes,
to me.
because Australia, you meet and hear folks from Australia, and you're like, this place is great.
Mini America.
And then you see the government there, and you're like, oh, they have their bobblehead middle class.
Yeah. And that really caught me by surprise. I didn't catch that until COVID either. That's when COVID made me aware of how different I thought, or they are compared to how I thought we were.
Let's see if a different channel can actually capture the king walking in. Of course, it's not on HLN. Oh, there's Jake Tapper.
Oh, the Tapster.
Is that the guy? No, that's different. I thought that was Jeffrey Toobin for a second. The guy remember that guy who got caught masturbating on a Zoom call?
Yes, Joey, I do remember. That was a lesson for a lot of people that day, Joey.
And they brought him back.
Of course they brought him back.
That's right. You need to go on like a sabbatical.
Of course they brought him back.
Like, you need to go do penance. All right.
Yeah. They didn't bring him back. They didn't let him stay gone.
Any moment now, King Charles delivers historic speech to the Congress. Or something like that. So I guess we could maybe try to take some of that, but that might be boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I just read this. 89-year-old man allegedly opened fire with a shotgun in Greek capital yesterday.
Oh my
89
God.
years old.
Yeah. Wonder what he was mad about.
Get off my lawn already.
He might have just been mad about living.
I guess so.
At a certain point.
Man, that's
does that
strange, especially in
woman's-
Greece.
Who does that woman's hair? She's using too much texturizer.
I'm not going to be the mean girl, Joey. Not going to do it.
I'm just saying I've been working on my hair. And
looks good. A lot better than hers.
well, thank you. And your hair looks nice today, too. You got any product to use?
Yeah, my wife got me a new product.
No, I did ask this guy earlier today off air. Your hair is slicked back. He goes, and just like a little kid, he's like, no, I got a new product.
It's a new hair product. I'm not a hair product guy. You know that about me.
I'm not, you know, no homo. It looks great.
Thank you, Fab. I'm not a hair product guy.
No, you're not.
By no means. If bald, if I could be bald and like never have to worry about shaving my head, no, I'd go that route, man.
See, I'm hoping as I'm watching JD Vance with Mike Johnson, like, could JD, I mean, just one of them just a little nut tap.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, do grown men ever still play that game?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the world I live in, yes. I don't know about in this world, but yeah.
Like live on national TV?
That's the way to do
Little
it.
pop.
That's the way to do it. You just crush it.
Hey, Mike, you ready for the king?
That's right.
All right.
And then especially if they don't move, then you know.
Look at the pretty hats. That was earlier today. The Queen and the...
They gotta have such the big hats. They go to the Kentucky Derby.
I don't get the big hat thing either.
Neither do I.
I mean, anyway, let's hit a break.
Okay.
And we'll see what the king has to say, I guess, coming up soon.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. President Trump and King Charles III greeted each other warmly as the monarch began a day of diplomacy in Washington designed to emphasize a bond between the United Kingdom and the United States that is so strong it can withstand the political turmoil of the moment. Charles is now headed to Capitol Hill, where he will address the U.S. Congress. Ron DeSantis back in the national spotlight as he pushes for a new congressional map in Florida. His proposal aims to give Republicans 4 more seats, equivalent to the expected Democratic gains in Virginia. Both President Trump and First Lady Melania are calling on ABC to fire Jimmy Kimmel. After the late-night comic joke last week, the First Lady had the glow of an expectant widow. The president said Kimmel's words were beyond the pale. This is SRN News.
I talked to a lot of great companies. Very few of them actually literally surprised me, but Fellowship Home Loans sure did. For over 20 years, Mike and Brian and the team there have been helping families do something most people think is more complicated than it has to be. Get into a home, lower their rate, or tap into equity they didn't even realize they had. Everything at Fellowship is done in-house. One roof, one great team, all with a servant-led mentality. From your first phone call to closing, you're going to get people who know you by name. They'll know your situation. They treat you like family. They're also offering a free mortgage checkup right now. Don't miss out. Rates are lower now than if you purchased or refinanced your home in the last few years. Many Fellowship customers are saving hundreds of dollars a month when refinancing, and there are no payments for 2 months. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by M&M Outdoors. Book your stay today at MNMCampground.com for relaxation at its best. It's easy to find and hard to leave. M&M Outdoors, your home away from home.
Stay weather aware, especially this evening and tonight, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications for any severe weather alerts. Showers and thunderstorms are likely, and the main severe weather threat would be damaging wind gusts. Very mild tonight, overnight low temperature in the 60s. Then tomorrow, another warm day with a high around 88 on Wednesday. You know, a sun and cloud mix, but a few spotty afternoon showers and storms, but a better chance of some strong to possibly severe storms Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. Then the next storm system will bring another round by Friday night into Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Feeling the pressure of high credit card rates? ASE Credit Union has you covered with a low 1.99% APR on balance transfers. Move your balances in March or April and lock in that 1.99% rate through your October statement. Visit ASE Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
1819 News.
I'm Carl Brady for Andrea Tice. Today marks 15 years since the devastating April 27, 2011 tornado outbreak that changed Alabama forever. More than 250 people were killed statewide and entire communities were left in ruins. The storms caused billions of dollars in damage and remain the costliest natural disaster in Alabama history. Today, ceremonies and memorials are being held across the state, honoring the lives lost and recognizing the strength of those who rebuilt. More news coming after this.
Where I was living was not a great place to live anymore. I began to pray for a place to go, praying for all of these things that a 9-year-old would want. I wanted horses, big house with a bunch of people my age. I wanted parents. I wanted a mom and a dad. Before I even prayed it, the Lord had already answered my prayer with the Big Oak Ranch. Who would that 9-year-old be if she never came to the Big Oak Ranch? I would be trying to fight for survival instead of fighting to break a cycle.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
A 14-year-old boy is seriously injured after a fall at Little River Canyon National Preserve on Sunday. Rescue crews say the teen fell from the top of the main waterfall and was found at the base of the falls. First responders provided medical care before using a rescue basket and hoist system to lift him to safety. A medical helicopter then transported the boy to a nearby hospital. His condition has not been released. Frustration is growing among lawmakers in Alabama over the state's prison system. Some officials are now calling for a comprehensive audit to examine operations, spending, and conditions inside facilities. The push comes as concerns continue over overcrowding and inmate safety. Leaders say the findings could play a key role in shaping long-term reforms.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
We know the businesses that keep our communities moving. We walk the same streets, shop the same stores, and support the same local families. Janney King franchise owners take pride in caring for the places they keep our hometown strong. With dependable service, attention to detail, and commitment to doing the things the right way, more businesses are choosing Janney King as their trusted local cleaning partner. Visit JanneyKingCleans.com today.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation. which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Middays, short drive, north side, west side, south side in Montgomery. It's IJOEY, Joey Clark, and Eddie Bader.
Welcome back. The instrumental that Bappa made.
Yeah.
Anyway, the king is now speaking live. Should we try to watch some of this crap?
Try.
The King of England addressing the United States Congress, a joint session. Let's see what this is all about.
Welcoming us to the United States to mark this semi-quincentennial year of the Declaration of Independence. And for all of that time,
Oh, the Declaration of Independence.
and for all of that time, our destinies as nations have been interlinked. As Oscar Wilde said, we have really everything in common with America nowadays, except, of course, language.
Gotta love Oscar Wilde.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we meet in times of great uncertainty, in times of conflict from Europe to the Middle East, which pose immense challenges for the international community and whose impact is felt in communities the length and breadth of our own countries. We meet, too, in the aftermath of the incident not far from this great building that sought to harm the leadership of your nation and to foment wider fear and discord. Let me say with unshakable resolve, such acts of violence will never succeed.
All right. We don't like assassination. That's a
good opening statement.
Just keep quoting more Oscar Wilde. That'd be more entertaining, please.
More believable.
Whatever our differences, whatever disagreements we may have, we stand united in our commitment to uphold democracy, to protect all our people from harm, and to salute the courage of those who daily risk their lives in the service of our countries. Standing here today, it is hard not to feel the weight of history on my shoulder. because the modern relationship between our two nations and our own peoples spans not merely 250 years, but over 4 centuries. It is extraordinary to think that I am the 19th in our line of sovereigns to study with daily attention the affairs of America. So I come here today with the highest respect for the United States Congress, this citadel of democracy created to represent the voice of all American people to advance sacred rights and freedoms. Speaking in this renowned chamber of debate and deliberation, I cannot help but think of my late mother, Queen Elizabeth, who in 1991 was also afforded this signal honor and similarly spoke under the watchful eye of the Statue of Freedom above us. Today, I am here on this great occasion in the life of our nations to express the highest regard and friendship of the British people to the people of the United States. Now, as you may know, when I address my own Parliament at Westminster, we still follow an age-old tradition and take a member of Parliament hostage, holding him or her at Buckingham Palace until I am safely returned. These days, we look after our guests rather well, to the point that they often do not want to leave. I don't know, Mr. Speaker, if there were any volunteers for that role here today. As I look back across the centuries, Mr. Speaker, there emerge certain patterns, certain self-evident truths from which we can learn and draw mutual strength. With the spirit of 1776 in our minds, we can perhaps agree that we do not always agree, at least in the first instance. Indeed, the very principle on which your Congress was founded, no taxation without representation, was at once a fundamental disagreement between us, and at the same time a shared democratic value which you inherited from us. Ours is a partnership born out of dispute, but no less strong for it. So perhaps in this example, we can discern that our nations are in fact instinctively like-minded, a product of the common democratic, legal, and social traditions in which our governance is rooted to this day. Drawing on these values and traditions, time and again, our two countries have always found ways to come together. And by Jove, Mr. Speaker, when we have found that way to agree, what great change is brought about, not just for the benefit of our peoples, but of all peoples. This, I believe, is the special ingredient in our relationship. As President Trump himself observed during his state visit to Britain last autumn, the bond of kinship and identity between America and the United Kingdom is priceless and eternal. It is irreplaceable and unbreakable.
Anyway, this is happening live at the U.S. Congress. I mean, what do you think so far, Eddie?
Yeah. He ain't asking for money, so hey, so far I'm impressed.
Yeah, and so far it's all right. His voice is it's just okay.
It could have been done behind the scenes. So
you think so?
Yeah. Because honestly, you and me, do we really give a crap about it? Am I missing something? Are we supposed to?
No,
hear?
I don't
Okay. Just making sure. I mean, weren't these the same people that didn't help us out a few weeks ago?
Yeah. Well, but again, he's not in charge of anything, so he can. That is kind of a nice thing that they do have. Like, you got a guy who's like the head of everything technically, but he actually doesn't run anything.
So it's like being married to a very strong woman.
So he can, yeah, right. So he can just be like the guy who says the right sentiments.
Yeah. What else can he do?
Like, he kind of gives this guidance and like, oh, I'm the queen and I am able to do. But he's not, because he's not responsible. You don't get all that pissed at him.
No.
It's the person that has to make the decisions that you get mad at.
you know, what can he do? But at the same time, if I'm a king, man, I'm a king.
You sure about that?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, if I'm a king, even if I'm just a ceremonial king like him, I wouldn't be afraid, and I know it's beyond what they do, but I wouldn't be afraid to lead into the lawmakers and say, hey, what the heck we doing here, man? Old chop.
He just said, I'm not here as some cunning rearguard action. The founding fathers were bold and imaginative rebels with a cause. With the cause of what? 250 years ago, or as we say in the United Kingdom, just the other day. Yeah. Nah, it's a charming little.
It is, but it's just like when some friends come over from out of town. You ain't got to make it public. You can take them to your house and just hang out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, what are we expecting today? Anything from this? Other than two old chums saying
Every
hello?
news network's doing the King's visit to America. It's the King's visit to America.
On No King's Day. Why didn't they plan that better?
272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. If you want to get in on the show,
Hey, you
talk
gonna do
about the
any
King.
Vacationing this summer. I mean, we're at the beginning of summer now, and
Yeah.
you've yet to say, "Hey,
You want me to take a vacation?
I'm looking to."
Thinking about it.
You should do something. Get out, but get somewhere with some sun. You know, don't.
I mean, I could go to Nash Vegas again.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I want to go see my little niece.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
My
that.
brother and his lovely wife.
You go to Dollywood while you're there too.
Dollywood.
Yeah, man.
I've never been to Dollywood.
Either way, I'm dying to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to take the great kids. I think they'd be a blast.
No, I might try to take a whole week.
Now you're talking, Joey.
Yeah.
But not a whole week. Just sit in the bedroom and write and play with music. You got to get out there and see the world, man. Let's put you on a train somewhere. You ever been to Mumbai?
Going to Mumbai. Why would I go to Mumbai?
You got a passport now. You can go anywhere.
Yeah. No, I've got a pretty good routine too, but a week away from like.
I understand.
Plus, I guess I could do daily mass in Nashville. I'm sure there's a place that does it early in the morning.
I bet they do.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I think there's a big population of folks like that.
There you go. So I'm just you need to get out and relax some. This
No,
needs to
I
be
am.
summer
I am
Joey.
like probably Nash Vegas, like go see the niece, and I've got to coordinate things like get other family to come up spend time with my grandfather during that time.
Yep, it's a good
We
idea.
also got to coordinate like who's gonna, maybe I think Carrico could host the thing
Oh, sure.
for a week.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Be a lot of ass kicking violence. I'd be
I
all
know.
about that. God, I'd be all
Like,
about that.
hey, Sky Mosley, here's the dump button. Don't let him go too nuts. But actually, I think Troy could do that.
Of course he could. All day long, man.
And anyway, well, yeah, I'm looking into it.
You should.
I would like to.
I
Have
just
a
think
week.
you should. That's all.
I'd like to have a week.
Take some time.
But like I'm enjoying this this change.
I get you with that, but
70 days, baby.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
70 days since Ash Wednesday.
Nice.
It's I was telling folks, I'm not going to go into all the dirty details. The stuff that seemed to plague me since I was a kid, little kid. It's like I'm free of it.
Yeah.
Now, there's always the concern it could come back.
Sure.
But I feel free of it.
Very positive.
First
Joe.
time ever. A long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to keep it that way.
Right.
And so I'm going to keep sticking to what I'm doing. But yeah, getting out of town for a little while. I think
you could
is
go
much
visit.
needed.
I watched this guy from Alaska. What's his? Can't think of his name, but anyway, they go all over the world. He makes sure, and I can't think of religion. I'm sorry, I can't think of, but he makes sure he goes to a church every Sunday wherever he's at in the world. That celebrate. And I know he's not Catholic, but I can't think of his name as a religion. But to me, it's so cool. He got two little kids with him, and they get to see the whole world, and as well as
Christian?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to say he's Presbyterian. Anyway, but it's just a great thing because his family, wherever they're at in the world, and he used to be a missionary, so he's got ties all over the world.
Oh, that's cool.
To me, that's so cool, man.
No, that's also the cool thing about the Catholic aspect that mass.
Yeah, you're right.
Like wherever you go,
Wherever you
literally
go.
it could be in a different language.
Yep.
And I'd pretty much understand what was going on. Just how it's built in.
I like that.
So anyway, 272-9228. Apparently, I was just looking at 1819 News.
Yeah.
Apparently, Senator Britt ripped into somebody. You want to watch that?
I do. And let's talk about Britt with what's his name the other day?
She was getting mad at somebody?
No, I can't think of
John Fetterman?
Fetterman, yeah, they were on a little show together, and
Yeah, no, they're besties for the resties.
I know, man. I'm telling you, I think it's good for both of them.
I think so, too.
I really do, because it helps her relate with a lot of people that we have here in Alabama that are just like Fetterman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My brain dead. Yeah.
And so here is what is this all about? During the Health and Human Services Subcommittee hearing, Katie Britt accused Brown University of violating the Clery Act, leading to the shooting death of student Ella Cook.
Oh, yes.
Of Mountain Brook in December
yep.
of last year. Yeah, so share this on the stream and we'll watch along for a moment. See what Senator Britt was throwing down at this subcommittee hearing.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Madam Secretary, thank you for your time today. I realize the Department of Education is actively investigating Brown University in light of the tragic murders that occurred on campus last December, and you might be limited in what you can actually share. Public reporting from local stations and student news outlets has made it clear to me that the murder of Ella Cook, her fellow classmate, and the wounding of 9 others were entirely preventable. They were the predictable result of more than a decade of ideological degradation and the vilification of police and law enforcement at Brown. In 2013, student activists demanded and ultimately accomplished the cancellation of a lecture titled, quote, "Proactive Policing in America's Biggest City." This was to be done by then current NYPD Commissioner. Brown responded not only by canceling that, but by ramping up DEI infrastructure and campus climate work to address the, quote, racial justice concerns that the protesters raised. Throughout the fall of 2015, student activists demanded the university further emphasize and invest in DEI practices, criticizing Brown's $100 million plan to, quote, improve race relations as insufficient. The following year, Brown formally announced it would invest $165 million in DEI and strip away its proactive policing protocol and replace it with, quote, community service models. In 2020,
Wait.
after more activism, Brown declared...
Sorry, Senator, didn't we hear that?
Not too long ago?
Yeah, from like the last, not this chief, but the guy,
Yes,
Daryl
we-
Albert.
yes, we
heard
did,
that
Joey.
I think we did hear that sort of
Yes,
thing.
we did, Joey.
Explains a lot.
It does. Let you know what their mindset is.
I mean, sometimes servicing the community can mean other things too.
No.
You know what I mean.
I think I'm picking up what you're laying down there, bro.
Anyway, Senator's making a serious point. I just found that interesting. We've heard that term before, not
Mhm.
just at Brown University. But continuing on, how did DEI affect security there at Brown?
its Department of Public Safety would adopt a, quote, phased approach to reducing reliance on police. In 2021, the university received a bomb threat from a caller who claimed to have placed bombs throughout campus and said to be armed with an AR-15. The caller threatened, quote, if any police approach me, I'll open fire on them immediately and any other student I see, end quote. Michael Greco, after 18 years as a Brown police officer, he was one of the ones that responded to this incident. He testified under oath that during the 2021 AR-15 and bomb threat, leadership explicitly ordered responders off recorded radio channels, deliberately concealing an active shooter threat from the Providence Police and the Federal Clery Oversight Act.
Wow.
In the summer of 2023, a Brown police sergeant was made aware of another potential mass shooting threat made against Brown. When the sergeant urged university leadership to cancel a children's reading event scheduled for later that day, he was brushed off. His leadership later described his actions as, quote, bordering insubordination. In 2024, campus activists claimed the university's existing security apparatus, a few security cameras, and a debilitated police force, that it constituted a, quote, instrument of oppression, end quote, that furthered the university's goal to, quote, criminalize protest. Faced with this backlash, President Christina Paxson issued a university-wide email formally apologizing for the perception that the university was, quote, engaging in surveillance. This response reveals the administration's attitude that its own physical security infrastructure they view as a political liability rather than a life-saving necessity. In April of 2024, an unsecured door allowed 2 criminals the opportunity to rob students at the Everett Poland dorm on campus. Brown did nothing. On August 27, 2025, the Brown University Police Sergeants Union issued a unanimous vote of no confidence for Brown University Police Chief and his deputy. Brown did nothing. In October of 2025, the Patrolmen's Association issued an additional unanimous no confidence vote explicitly warning of exhausted officers, forced overtime, and, quote, ongoing technology failures, end quote. Brown did nothing. In November 2025, custodian Bill Kane emailed Executive Vice President directly concerned about the unauthorized access and lack of patrols. Brown did nothing. So by the time we get to December 13th, the day that Ella Cook lost her life, there were 15 vacant officer positions, resulting in only 5 officers protecting campus that day. A 15-year veteran custodian, Derek Lisi, saw the assailant casing the place for weeks, Madam Secretary, pacing hallways, ducking into bathrooms, and staring into room 166. The custodian reported this to the security contractors on campus not once, but twice. The security staff responded with, quote, I'm not here for that, end quote. The murderer himself later admitted that he planned to attack for 6 semesters and had, quote, plenty of opportunities, but he kept chickening out. Opportunities that Brown's gross negligence allowed. At 4:05 p.m., Providence Fire Department was alerted that shots were fired at Barris and Holly Engineering Building. Instead of activating campus emergency alarm system, Brown waited 17 minutes, knowing that there was an active shooter on campus to alert students of that threat. During the 17-minute void of official communication, the assailant was able to fire at least 44 rounds from a 9mm handgun completely unchallenged and escape. Responding law enforcement then quickly realized the security cameras were non-existent, turned off, and unstaffed. Throughout the remainder of the day, the university proceeded to send out and subsequently retract multiple falsehoods regarding the suspect and another active shooter near campus. Brown University's leadership didn't just fail to protect its students. They actively dismantled every layer of protection that could have stopped this massacre and prevented the murder of an MIT professor 2 days later. Madam Secretary, it is clear to me that Brown, in my opinion, has violated the Clery Act. And Madam Secretary, will you please confirm that your department is investigating this matter in a timely and a thorough fashion?
If I could interject here, just because we're a little bit over and we've got other people, if you could quickly answer that question, and then maybe if you have some questions for the record that you more.
I have no more questions, except for I would like all of this submitted for the record.
Without objection.
That's a chilling account. And Senator, we are aware of a lot of these allegations with Brown, and we are actively conducting a Clery Act investigation into Brown.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on. The shame had to be done.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's beyond insane. But that seems to be how a lot of the failures are happening now. It's just, you can't help but say, well, why'd you do? Well, we defunded that. Well, we kind of took this away. Well, you really unraveled every layer of security. Have you even thought about what you're doing?
Crazy. After that, good job, Katie. Moving performance, seeing Linda McMahon, it's like, and I know Linda McMahon is a very serious person, but
Joey? What, Joey?
I just remember the stuff she did in wrestling.
Right.
Where she pretended to essentially be lobotomized and got up and kicked Vince in the nuts. Well, that's what they need to do to Brown.
That's just ridiculous.
And you got to wonder how many other places in this nation of ours that have this sort of lax attention to policing.
Yeah.
How many other tragedies, preventable tragedies, are still perpetrated because of this lax approach to policing?
And not only that, like with Brown University, the way she laid this out, it puts 100% of the blame on them. They are responsible 1,000% for this.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yeah.
Got to hit a break. This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And they're at Montgomery Men's Health, well, they're ready to help you fellas out, especially if you don't feel like yourself. I've been talking about them for years.
Right.
It's because they actually know what they're doing, and they can get you better. A lot of guys after going to Montgomery Men's Health say, I wish I'd shown up sooner, but I know guys hate going to the doctor.
This is true.
I'm still hesitant about it, but not anymore after going to Montgomery Men's Health. And of course, they can help you if you have low T problems, especially your confidence shot throughout life, energy shot, like you're not sleeping well, no confidence in the bedroom even. Maybe you've got ED problems. Maybe you've got PE problems. You know what those acronyms mean.
Yep.
Especially if you got that problem. Well, you don't have to live that way. And now maybe it is that you don't necessarily have an underlying big problem, but you want to up your game. Like you want a little help. So like if you want a little more energy and focus with your mind, NAD+, they have that as a peptide now. And I just picked up today, I think it's called Samoralin, that I'm going to be taking to just help with the gains, brother.
I got you.
Help get the visceral fat off my tummy.
And that's a peptide too, right?
Yeah, and Samoralin upregulates your natural human growth hormone.
Nice.
So it's, it's a much safer, it's instead of, it's not like you're injecting HGH, but it's a great way to, just give you an advantage to sleep better and to up muscle growth and just metabolism in general. And I'm looking forward to doing it, being a happy customer there at Montgomery Men's Health. So they can help you, gentlemen. Just, again, don't procrastinate. Don't waste time. Get in touch. Lab workup, blood draw, and consultation's only about $99. And so make it happen today. Call them up. 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or you can book online in under 30 seconds at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. In fact, you can sign up for the peptides right there on the website.
Oh, there you go, Joey.
You don't even have to go in, but then you can get that in-person consultation while you're doing the online subscription with the peptides. Perfect. Really cool system. Montgomery Men's Health, for every man in every season of life.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
You can't control interest rates. You can't control housing inventory. And you definitely can't control what the national news decides to panic about this week. But here's what you can control. You control your timing. You decide when it's the right time to buy, when it makes sense to refinance, and when to tap into your equity to renovate, invest, or consolidate debt and free up monthly cash flow. Real estate decisions aren't one size fits all, and they shouldn't be driven by headlines or social media noise. They should be based on your goals, your finances, and your life. The smartest moves happen when you focus on what you can control and work with someone who helps you see the full picture. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Congressman Barry Moore has always delivered for Alabama. As a member of the House Freedom Caucus, Barry Moore earned a score of 100 from Heritage Action for protecting our values. He's helped thousands of Alabama families, fought for our veterans as a veteran himself, and secured millions for infrastructure, first responders, and public safety. Barry Moore helped pass Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, delivering tax cuts for hardworking Alabama families, and stood strong to secure our borders. Now, Barry is taking that fight to the United States Senate. Barry Moore will defend our freedoms, defend the Second Amendment, protect our children, stand up for parents, and keep boys out of girls' sports while continuing to cut taxes and lower prices. Endorsed by President Trump, Barry Moore is a proven conservative Alabama can trust.
I'm Congressman Barry Moore. I've rolled up my sleeves in Congress, and I'll keep fighting for Alabama in the U.S. Senate. I'm Barry Moore, a conservative fighter, and I approve this message.
Approved and paid for by Barry Moore for U.S. Senate.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of health care you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients, from making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly to getting to know you and your family's needs and following up on any questions you may have. Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Stay weather aware, especially this evening and tonight, and our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications for any severe weather alerts. Showers and thunderstorms are likely, and the main severe weather threat would be damaging wind gusts. Very mild tonight, overnight low temperature in the 60s. Then tomorrow, another warm day with a high around 88 on Wednesday. You know, a sun and cloud mix, but a few spotty afternoon showers and storms, but a better chance of some strong to possibly severe storms Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. Then the next storm system will bring another round by Friday night into Saturday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank, serving families and communities since 1906. Proud to be named 16th best performing bank nationally in their asset category by American Banker. Learn more at cbsbank.com. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. 334-272-9228. If you want to get in on the conversation. And before I go to Trump here, because Trump actually did a statement with the ceremony, like a little event with the king before the king spoke in front of Congress. Got to tell folks, this part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And there at the Goodson Group, Bo has a unique understanding of the River Region real estate market, as he's been helping buyers and sellers in Montgomery and the surrounding areas for about half a century now. And the Goodson Group, they can not only help you with buying and selling your property, but have management services available should you want to rent out your home. Really great idea in this market. And why not have it be a performing asset for you, that home? Maybe you got to move, but you don't want to sell the place. It could be a performing asset for you, managed by the Goodson Group for a reasonable fee. So check them out today. You can always learn more at thegoodsongroup.com or give them a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. Great sponsor here of the program. Now, and also, this is getting a lot of praise online, this clip from Trump, part of his speech. Let's listen in.
Here in the shadows of monuments to George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, honoring the British King might seem an ironic beginning to our celebration of 250 years of American independence, but in fact, no tribute could be more appropriate. Long before Americans had a nation or a constitution, we first had a culture, a character, and a creed. Before we ever proclaimed our independence, Americans carried within us the rarest of gifts, moral courage, and it came from a small but mighty kingdom from across the sea. For nearly 2 centuries before the Revolution, this land was settled and forged by men, women who bore in their souls the blood and noble spirit of the British. Here on a wild and untamed continent, they set loose the ancient English love of liberty and the Great Britain's distinctive sense of glory, destiny, and pride. And that's what it is: glory, destiny, and pride. The American patriots who pledged their lives to independence in 1776 were the heirs to this majestic inheritance. Their veins ran with Anglo-Saxon courage. Their hearts beat with an English faith in standing firm for what is right, good, and true. In recent years, we've often heard it said that America is merely an idea, but the cause of freedom did not simply appear as an intellectual invention of 1776. The American founding was the culmination of hundreds of years of thought, struggle, sweat, blood, and sacrifice on both sides of the Atlantic. Fate drew a long arc from the meadow at Runnymede to the streets of Philadelphia that ran through the lives of people born and bred on the British code that no man should be denied either justice or right. American patriots today can sing "My Country 'Tis of Thee, Sweet Land of Liberty," only because our colonial ancestors first sang "God Save the King."
All right, then. Taking it back. Way back. What, you weren't impressed by that?
No, Trump cracks me up, man.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know what else to say about it.
Even when he's being serious,
Right.
like, it's still kind of comical.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to Daddy-O. Hey,
What up, Daddy-O?
What's up, Eddie and Joey?
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm a little distraught about the about Montgomery. I tell you, I told y'all about trying to open that donkey and jackass rental business, and I guess they wouldn't let me do that because it's just a little too close to home, I think, to be honest with you. But so I decided I wanted to open up a mentally challenged monkey shelter for the monkeys that are mentally challenged and can't train. And I called that finance director down there, guys. They told me they already got all the monkey business they need down here in the city of Montgomery. So
that's about right.
Yeah. So on the other hand, I asked them if I could open a kangaroo sanctuary and call it the Kangaroo Court. And the fella told me the same thing, that we already got enough kangaroo courts down here. We don't need no more.
Well, you'll come up with a business idea here before
it don't work. You're going to find something that sticks. Ain't no doubt.
You ever thought about like just selling pizza?
Need no money in pizza.
Yeah, hey, I got to do something because I need to make a little extra.
Hey, here's another one. Car wash. Nobody's doing that.
Yeah, nobody's doing car washes in Montgomery.
Oh yeah, we don't. Yeah. That's what we need in Montgomery, and we come to Mexican restaurants and car washes.
That's exactly it. That's
Y'all
it.
have a good one.
You too, Daddy-O. I'm telling you, soon people are going to say, I didn't know Wetumpka was Spanish. They're like, no, it means love of Mexican restaurants, because that's what we got, man.
It's just, yeah. How many car washes does the one city need?
They're starting to close up, so here comes the fun. You'll start seeing them shutter them here
I
pretty
will
soon.
say I kind of like Ben O'Neill's,
Yeah.
where they do the full service thing.
That I like.
It's worth the money.
Yeah, that I like.
Like $30 to get the entire inside cleaned out too, and it's good wash on the outside. Spend a little time inside. Just look at your phone or something. Like it's worth the money.
You ever take your dog through the drive-through or through the car wash?
No, I don't have a dog.
Well, you should get one. Just take him through there.
Yeah.
They get PTSD immediately.
Yeah, that's not nice to your dog.
No, but he loves you from then on because he knows as long as you're with him,
You've done that to Roxy?
I didn't have to do it to Roxy. I got
I'm
her
about
with
to
a
say
stun
that
gun.
dog's always been.
I got her
more
with a stun gun very early in life, so she's good.
Oh man,
It's training, Joey. Like you never got hit with a stun gun for training?
no man.
Guess that was just me too.
I had a buddy whose dad was on the Montgomery Police Force, and they were messing around with a stun gun one day, and I decided, no, do not touch me with that stupid thing, because I saw what happened to the first
Yeah, we
guy.
went around the room literally. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I'm
Morons.
good. No, and his father was quite angry with him.
Oh, no, we just went to Walmart and bought one. It was like $89, and then we zapped each other. None of us are smart enough to go, no, I just seen what happened to you for. I'm not, no, we all lined right up to do it.
Anyway, this part of the program, again, brought to you by Dylan Rings. You know something about Dylan
Yes,
Rings,
I
don't
do.
you?
Yes, I do, Joey. In fact, I took a young friend of mine's daughter there, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Got that Forever jewelry, and she not
think I
just
know who you're
wanted that.
talking about, yeah.
She wanted a charm on there. So they had all these beautiful little charms. She got a turtle one, because, of course, she's a turtle nut. But she loved that. To this day, she loves talking about how she got her Forever bracelet. So made a special place in her heart that day, no doubt.
You should start out, you should go buy 3 C's as charm.
That's not a bad idea.
Add to the bracelet.
You're onto something there, brother. You're onto something.
That little one's too cool. I got to give ideas. All right.
Yep.
Anyway, y'all check out Dylan Rings today. Great selection for, the stuff that's not going to break the bank, but it just looks great. And it's also the sentiment. It's just fun. But then, of course, you can do the high end.
Oh, yeah. They got some beautiful high end stuff.
And, of course, don't forget the custom design work or the repair work or the spa treatments. They can clean up
Yes.
jewelry that looks a little raggedy because you've been wearing it all the time because you
It
love
doesn't
it.
shine as much as it used
It can shine and shimmer all brand new again with the magic that Josh Ryder can work. So, check out Dylan Rings today. Stop by, see Josh and Leslie Ryder over there at 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellows on the radio, sent you. King Charles makes historic speech to joint meeting of Congress.
Whatever.
Nerd alert.
Whatever.
No, I'm wanting to talk about being a nerd.
Oh, if his sons would have came over, that'd been interesting. They know how to party.
Anyway, we'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing. We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
The Health and Wealth Show. The Health and Wealth Show. The show so nice, we said it twice. Weekday evenings at 6 on News Talk 93.1 WACV. The Health.
Make it up, son. Joke's over, hey?
It's Prattville City Fest, presented by Prattville Baptist Hospital, May 1st through 2nd in historic downtown Prattville. Live entertainment, arts and crafts, food, and Pepsi products by signature sponsor Pepsi. Prattville City Fest, presented by Prattville Baptist Hospital, May 1st through 2nd in historic downtown Prattville. It's free.
Hunger doesn't always look the way you think, but it's closer than you realize. On Saturday, May 9th, join the Budget Bites battle at the Heart of Alabama Food Bank and turn awareness into action. Teams will go head-to-head, creating a full meal for $5 per person or less in just 60 minutes. Every $1 raise provides 5 meals for neighbors in need. Now we need you. Register your team today at hafb.org. Deadline is May 2nd. Be part of the solution. Cook with purpose. Fight hunger one meal at a time.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
News happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Oh, we got the man himself on the phone. We got Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing, man?
I'm trying to get Ronnie Irvin Henry to do the live ad. I'm in his office and he won't do it.
I thought I heard somebody running off.
Yeah, I was trying my best to get him, and he's like, "No, you tried to do it to me last time." So I'm out here picking up tile. So one thing we don't talk a lot about is tile, and we do a lot of tile. And the reason I like buying from Robert F. Henry is because they have class 4 or 5. The money's actually in the labor, not the tile.
What's a 4 or 5? What's that mean, Ray?
Grade. It's a grade.
Oh, grade A. Okay.
Nice.
And so what happens, a lot of people say, "Oh, I went to a big box store and bought my tile there. Will you put it in?" I'm like, "No, I'm not going to touch that," because when you install it and you cut the lights on, all of a sudden, all of them have a bow in it, and there's a shadow coming down your wall that you're not going to see until you get done, grouted, and cut the lights on. So it's very, very important that you start off with a really good tile, and that's why I love Robert F. Henry, and I have everything in our showroom is Robert F. Henry tile.
All right.
So if you're ever thinking about doing tile, even if I'm not doing it, say, "Hey, you really got to come out here and look at their stuff." Like we're doing a new construction now, and that tile. How long is that tile? 6 foot.
Wow.
6 foot tall, 10 inches wide, wood look. Absolutely stunning, going all the way through the house.
Ray, how many guys it take to lay that piece of tile down? Then you got to straighten it out. That's got to be 2 or 3 people
guys, but
just picking it up.
But once with the leveling clips, it's actually super light on this tile.
Wow.
I could lay it.
Really?
But I'm not going to lay it. No, I don't lay it.
Well,
you could if you wanted to.
If you wanted to.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I could be president if I put my mind to it, but I'm not going to put my mind to it.
Right.
Gotcha.
Same thing with me, man.
I'm just going to sell it. So if y'all need a floor, call us. 285-8117. We'll come out and give you that free measurement. Next thing you know, you got a floor down.
Just that simple. Again, that number's 285-8117. And be sure to tell them you heard Ray Bowles on the radio talking tile with Joey and Eddie.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great day.
You too, Ray. See you, brother.
Well, looks like we got another call rolling in.
All right,
Line 2, you're on there. Who's this?
This is Wesley.
Hey, Wesley, how are you?
Hey, guys. I just happened to be in Henry Tile, and I passed this fellow running down the hall chasing Ronnie, and I went, and I saw Prattville Carpet, and I'm going, surely that's not him. He is a lot taller on the radio. He is a really large, stocky guy. On
the radio, yeah.
Love it.
But he wasn't kidding. He was running. He was like flying down the hall, and I had to dodge him. Hey, how you doing? I saw Prattville Carpet on there and went, no, surely that cannot be him.
You caught the man in action.
Man, he was there. He wasn't kidding. I just saw it.
Well, I appreciate you giving us that live report, Wes.
Appreciate
I
that,
had to do it, guys. Okay.
You have a good one, brother.
Thank you, sir. Did we learn anything today?
World War 11.
World War 11. We learned that I'm old. I go to that potluck, and I'm the old man in the room.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be the youngest guy everywhere, and then I remember the day I looked around, I'm the oldest guy. They're going to start coming to you for advice, too. I mean, you don't have to give them good advice. You can.
The pastor from Kenya.
Yeah.
He's like, I think I've met you before. Like, I'm like, no, you haven't.
Did you ask him if he's ever watched any Keanu Reeves movies? That might have been where he's seen you before.
Yeah, maybe. No, it was some other guy at another, I was like, yeah, dude, I just came back this Ash Wednesday. You hadn't met me. I love his voice. His voice is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I love that accent.
But, no, and that's very cool. A lot of African folks at the church.
Good deal. I'm glad you had a good time, man.
Anyway, but I'm old.
Yeah.
Everybody else is, just getting going.
You ain't getting younger either.
No, I'm almost 40,
You're fixing to get to know your doctor on a very personal level.
I'll be 38 at the end of this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, having to take peptides and supplements to keep the game up.
Man, it's so young, too. Wow.
Right.
So young, have to.
You want to work out? Go kneel.
No, thank you.
For 25
I got
minutes.
bad knees already from laying carpet just in college.
I'll get you doing the rosary.
Yeah, okay. Let me know how that works out.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm not guaranteeing and not putting money on or anything.
Good deal.
And you shouldn't. You shouldn't
deal.
bet
You
on
shouldn't.
stuff like that. Anyway. Appreciate it, Eddie.
Yeah. I'll see you, Mayana.
Yeah. And happy hour with Greg Budell. There next.
From the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.